What up, friend? Can you hear us? Gotta work that out. Why do we have this music on? We are no longer in combat. Oh, it's not combat music. Okay.
Could be combat music.
Yeah, it's wild music. We'll just do one of these.
That's creepy forest music.
The name of the thing is Creepy and Mysterious.
We're level 4, I think.
Yep.
Yo.
What up?
Hello. Oh shit! I don't think I leveled up.
You should probably level up.
Yeah, probably.
What up, friend? How goes things?
Good. Can you hear me? I'm on my phone.
Yep.
Yep, pretty good. Especially considering you're on a phone.
I'll try to log on to Roll20 in a second here. It's updating.
Updating. Actually, you know what? I think I started to level up, but the only thing I got was like some little off thing that doesn't really do much, and then I like stopped. Didn't do my hit points or anything.
I think you got Sharpshooter, though.
Yeah, that's what it was. I had like some stupid little thing. I did the sharpshooter, and I'm like, okay, that's good.
I think your sneak attack went up by a d4, didn't it?
I don't think so.
I may be wrong. I've never played a rogue, so
Yeah, that's right. It was just the ASI. Next level's when I go up to 3d6 sneak attack. So I just need to update my actual level on the sheet and do hit points. Which I guess I needed to wait anyway. So, oh no, I think I'll take average. Or can we take average?
you can take average or you can roll, but if you roll, you have to take the roll.
I just
Yeah, I'm
rolled.
taking
That was
average.
awesome.
Yeah, you did really well.
Every so often I'll be like, yeah, I'll go ahead and roll, and I F myself over. Every time. So 1d8 or 5. So 5 plus con.
How's the trip been so far, friend?
It was quiet. Went out to eat a couple times and had a meeting today, so can't complain.
I mean, you could, but
Yeah, there's other people buying me food, and I get to chill out for a while. So
there you go.
it would be wrong to complain. Let's put it that way.
So on Thursday nights before crit roll, I've been running a Lost Mines game. Like we're on like the third game this week. One of the guys is like, dude, I like how you DM. And then I got an email. He paid for like 2 months of my like plus subscription.
Holy shit.
That's cool.
He's like, yeah, if everyone likes it at the end, I'll pay for the next mod. I'm like, I can live with it.
And you said what brought this on?
Yeah, he just was having fun.
No, what caused him to do that? I was talking to Robin.
He likes how I DM. He's having a lot of fun in the Lost Mines. He hasn't done anything 5e. He's hasn't played for like 5 years, and he came from I guess 3.5.
Okay, so it was just a separate game. But
Yeah,
still, that's good.
yeah. He's got a little halfling dex barbarian.
I made a really fun barbarian one time. He was a halfling. It was a 3.5. Yeah, 3.5. So it was stupid broken, but basically I built him to where if he moves more than 10 feet, he deals double damage. So I just pumped his jump skill, and I just like leaped at everything and one-shotted it.
We're level 5, right?
Level 4.
Oh, level 4. Yeah, I never changed the level, and but I did level everything up. I just didn't change the actual level for my character.
Yeah, Stahd takes a hot minute for levels, apparently.
That's cool. Don't forget your hit points, too, because that's what I forgot.
I think I got that already. I'll double check them. Next, that's right. I'm already like thinking about next level, which isn't a good thing.
I do that constantly. I mean, like, even for Lindor, I'm torn. Like, and we just hit 9. So I get 10. Do I take a 4th and Warlock and get ASI, or do I put it in Bard and get more spells?
At that point, you need to research the possible spells and research the
Yeah,
possible feats.
I did that because when we hit 9, it was like, well, do I take 3 on Warlock because I get a couple spells, but I really want that little squeeze on or whatever. I should have asked you, Pren, if I could have got a Glazer familiar, because apparently there is a Glazer familiar option.
What is a glazer?
Glazer's like a little baseball-sized beholder with like 2 different rays. He's got like 3 hit points. Probably wouldn't have happened because, rays. But I was looking through Bolos the other day, and it's like looking at something to throw for Lost Mines to spice it up in the Ruffians place. I might give Glass F one of those instead of the rat. That, or he's going to summon like some crazy illusion of like a demigorgon or something. That's just an illusion. So like, this guy behind the desk sees you, he pushes back real quickly, and all of a sudden this giant monster is right in front of you. We're going to go ahead and roll initiative. This giant 2-headed fiend that barely fits in the room. Let him freak out for a little bit. When someone attacks, it just goes right through.
Illusions are always so mean. You should roll their save for them. So I think most of them you get a will save to notice the illusion, right? On
Yeah, something like that. Ooh, let's see. Oh, I just got an update. Well, I don't know if I just got one, but I have an update from Strongholds. We're down with packet 5 and 6, and I guess they're printing books.
Man, if I wouldn't have rolled crappy last time for my hit points, I could have had 30 hit points easily. I'm at 28 right now. Oh, apparently I've had inspiration for a while. Unless
yeah, I think everyone got inspiration for when they buried the kids from Death House.
That's right. How do we use those again?
You just say, the way I do it is you can use it for a roll, but you have to say it before the roll to get advantage. Or if you want to use it after a roll, I'll let you roll a d8 to add to whatever you had.
That's cool.
I don't know if you know it, Pren, and if you can't help it, you're whispering everything to me, like the attack.
Yeah, I just changed it.
Oh.
I just wanted to make sure that everything was going through and everything.
Yep. I guess we're waiting for Kev. He probably doesn't know what time it is, so let's do one of these.
He never does. I either up my stats or get a feat.
I mean, it's up to you.
I know.
I took stats because I had one. My strength was at 17 and my charisma was at 15. So bumping both of those things up gave me a point in each.
Yeah, for
That's
me,
a good thing to do.
Having a max range on my bow for sneak attack is way worth than 2 points.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Because before I was limited to, I think, 30 feet.
I just looked at my intelligence and my wisdom are at 8.
Nice. Oh, I was limited to 80 feet, but now I'm at 320 feet, so. Did you roll just poorly, or what?
That was from the. I think I rolled for anything. I think that was. What did you use for this game? The standard array? Or
Point
the
by.
point by? Yeah, point by. That's the way I set it up.
Hmm.
He's real stupid and not very wise.
I know what I'm taking. I gotta find it.
Yeah, my character's
Very-
pretty stupid too. He's got an 8 in intelligence.
But you mean Enos Fireforge is not very bright? I
he
don't
was-
believe that.
He was designed that way. I don't know, like, his charisma is really high. I don't know that I'm playing it the way. I'm just thinking maybe he's a force of just
Yeah, he forces his will. He's not like force of personality is perfect.
like he might attract people that are what the heck.
Okay.
He might attract people that are of a like mind very easily, because that's like not a thing in D&D. Like if you not to pull somebody out, but like there are political leaders that are very charismatic, but not for everybody.
This is true.
Like Hitler.
Yeah,
Him too.
You could have people hate you, but charisma cuts different ways. You don't. That's kind of the way I think he would be.
Don't forget, charisma doesn't have to equal force of personality. It can be looks too.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't have that.
I think it's pretty safe to say we're not a pro-Trump, but I don't know. I don't need to know.
Well, yeah.
But anywho, what up, Kev?
But either way you cut that, it would, whether you are or aren't, it would apply to him because not everybody follows him, but he certainly, has a draw. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You can, if you want to take it out of Xanathars, you absolutely can, Carrie. That's a good one. I was looking at that the other night.
I was stuck between this and Sentinel, and I go, this is probably at this level more effective for party.
Yeah, just so you know, you can only use that reaction once per set of turns, but you can use it for anyone within 30 feet of you.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
I think if we have 2 people rolling a 1 in one set of, or one round, I think we're kind of worse off than that feat could fix anyways.
I believe the turn is double boned. You there, Kev? I haven't heard you say nothing. You eating lunch? Maybe he's eating a big lunch. I don't know. That was dumb.
Are you guys hearing a lot of my background noise? It's showing me as talking, but I got pushed to talk on.
No, I haven't heard any background noise.
Nope, you're good.
Okay, good. That way you won't hear me masticate my food.
Yeah, it's probably just your program still picking up the mic, but it's not letting anything through.
All right.
Oh, I get another cantrip. Yay!
I should have a feat cantrip master. You just get a whole bunch of cantrips.
You just got a multi-class.
Yeah, just take 1 level and everything.
There you go.
Yeah, that's why Lindor has 1 billion, because he's a cleric / bard / warlock.
I do like how they finally allowed cantrips to scale with level. They're never going to be your strongest choice, but they're not worthless either.
All right, well, we're going to go ahead and start. Where you guys last left off was you were leaving, I believe, Yester Hill. Oh, no, I think, did you guys make it back to the Wizard of Wine?
I don't think we had.
We're heading back there.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
you said we went back and then that was it.
No.
That's fine. Yeah, so you did go back because Markov said he had a cart ready full of wine to go back to Valaki. he wants. I believe, I don't know if it was the exact wording, but he says if he's going to meet his maker, he's going to make everything right by his son. So he's going to personally deliver to Blue Water the wine and try to make amends with his son.
We help somebody.
And yeah, there was the blood spear, which I believe, I don't know if Lex has it on her, but if not, we'll just say it's the party has it. I know you have a fancy new sword that was talking to you in your brain.
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, he's very anti-Stahd, is what you would have got. Like, I don't know exactly how your conversation with him would have went. He wouldn't have talked a whole lot, but when he did talk, it was all pretty much how he's going to kill Stahd. What's he go? How sweet it's going to be. Like whenever you like the devil or whatever was mentioned in whatever conversation, he'd perk up and say, "Yeah, we're going to kill him."
Does everybody else hear the conversation, or is it just me?
It is just you.
So
Lex,
the party
however,
can.
Lex would know that it can talk because she picked it up first, and it did talk in her brain. But once she lets go, she can no longer hear it.
It's got attunement. So like, if somebody holds it, do they have to be attuned to hear it?
No, they don't have to be attuned to hear it, but to actually use it because she picked it up.
Okay.
And talked to him right away.
So, Enos would talk like he normally talks a lot, and he is swearing that Hor is talking through the sword. He's convinced that Hor is with him and is used this event and this sword as a conduit for his will, and he's very excited about killing Stahd with it.
Yeah, the sword during the conversations, it has neither confirmed nor deny that it's Hor. But in the morning, probably late morning, early afternoon, the cart's completely ready with a whole bunch of wine in the back. And he suggests that you guys be off. I believe he said he was going to, and I believe you guys agreed to accompany him.
Yeah, I don't see why we wouldn't.
Oh.
I mean, we saw what happened last time. We let a wagon go off alone.
Yeah, that last cart. Who knows? Oh, wait, the one guy died. That's something you do know.
Yep, and we didn't go we tried to track down the sister, but it led to the castle. That's right.
Yeah, lived close enough to the castle that with a bunch of bipedal wolf prints. But okay, so you guys are leaving the wizards. You do notice that like when the cart's ready and it starts to leave, there's a bunch of ravens that are going with you.
I'd just wave.
Yeah, he would kind of laugh and say, "They're not all keepers, but some of them are actually ravens, but we treat them well." You guys spend about an hour kind of meandering down the road. You get far enough from the the winery that you can't see it anymore, and Mardukov pulls out like an oversized flask. It's almost kind of ridiculous how big this flask is, and the fact that you couldn't see it, and he just starts drinking out of it and passing it around. This is the dragon's breath or whatever he called it. This is really good. And he starts offering it around.
I would sniff it before I drink it.
I mean, it smells like wine. And he'd kind of look at you and go, "Don't worry, it is good. It is fine. You're not sure? Let me prove it to you." He grabs it and takes another big gulp.
Just wanted to make sure it wasn't paint thinner.
Enos would go last for everybody that was offered, and then he would just down like it. I don't know how much he's capable of drinking, but he would just like tilt his head back and just down it, chug it.
I mean, you're a dwarf. It's not very hard. And he doesn't even get upset. He just laughs about it. And he goes, "That's why I brought this." And he knocks behind, like, there's a smaller, like, pony keg next to the other barrels. He's like, "Well, if you're going to finish it, you better at least refill it." And there's like a little cork in the bunghole. I believe it's the actual term for that.
Is that right?
Well, I think that's when it comes to like kegging or casking for wines, and like the hole they fill it with is called the bunghole.
Oh, Butthead or Beavis must have stole that.
Yep, it is a bunghole. I just Googled it.
And he's like, "You better refill it." But you guys travel along the way, and I guess give me a perception check. Anyone who wants to. Anyone who's like paying it, like you're actually. How is everyone situated on the cart? Just so I know.
Is it big enough for everyone to ride?
Martikov's in the driver's seat. There's enough room for someone to ride shotgun. Everything else is taken up by by crates.
Enos is paying attention once in a while as he's just examining the sword and praying in between with his eyes closed.
Is anyone riding shotgun?
I will if nobody else does.
Yeah, I'm on the crate, the highest point I can balance on.
Jerry's
Probably sitting off to the side.
All right. Enough room for your small. Are you guard in front of the cart, or like to the side of Markov? Like,
I think she would be taking point.
it makes sense that Kiri sees it. Kiri, you see to the left, like when you're on this road, in the trees, you see something big move but low to the ground. Something furry. Something I believe you've actually, intimately inside and out. And you hear everyone else is drinking, and you start to hear like a low whine.
A low whine.
Not like the wine you're drinking, but like from an animal.
Like,
Yeah, like that. And Kiri's the one who notices it because it's kind of her bag, and she rolled really high.
Sorry, I
It's
was
coming-
cursing my cat, so I wasn't listening.
Basically, you notice that there's you see to the east of you, actually to the north of you, you're heading east. A furry creature, like a big furry creature, low to the ground that's kind of hunched, trying to remain hidden, but it didn't do a good enough job. And then there's some sort of communicating, and it's letting out a low whine.
I perk my head up and I'll continue to watch it while whispering it to Memnon.
It hates him. It hates him so much. Do you let anyone else know?
Well, Lex is far ahead and Memnon's right there, so she'd nudge Memnon's shoulder and actually whisper into his mind, saying, "Fluffy?"
At which point I'm pointing an arrow in the direction that she's indicating, trying to find it.
Alright, well, this is what we will do. The moment you point at it and you have to look, you see 5 of them burst out of the bushes and start running in the direction of the cart. And this is where we do this. Or we do one of these.
Question: they're attacking from the way I see, right?
Yes. They're running towards the cart.
So, can I do something way before they reach?
Wow, that's an amazing initiative. I mean, you didn't do anything when you saw them. You kind of pointed out the Memnon. You can when it's your turn.
Okay.
Where's mine? Where did they go? I had to set aside for this. This is one of those fancy random encounters that I rolled up. Oh, Jackie Chan. Why was that show so good?
Because it was bad day, bad day, bad day, bad day.
My favorite was, he was the bad guy in the first season, the big dude.
Yeah.
He became the grandfather's like apprentice.
Yeah.
Uncle.
Watching.
Yeah. Uncle say I have to do this for the spell. So welcome back.
Yeah, sorry about that. I want to wish my kids.
Wow, that is so many just bad rolls for.
Yikes!
I didn't mean to make them visible, but they will not. They will no longer be visible. But you can see their initiative.
Where are we gonna fight?
What happened is they were a group of dire wolves charged the cart.
Yeah, I figured.
And oh wow, he as bad as I roll, to go first. He gets to go first. This guy, he's going to run out and charge and take a bite at the lady who's leading the group. At least attempt to. 16.
AC 17.
Yeah, it tries to bite you, and you manage to put. What are you using your normal weapon?
Yeah.
No,
So
you should be.
Ends him off with a stick, basically.
You should be level 4. Everyone leveled up at the end of the last game.
Oh, that's right. I didn't decide. I didn't decide what I was, if I was multi-classing or if I was staying freaking fighter.
Right, well, this thing tries to bite you, and you manage to put your weapon in its maw just at the last second. Fire Forge.
All right. I'm gonna. Can I hop over my newfound friend here?
We'll say Mordakov is difficult terrain.
All right.
Because he's on the cart, but you can definitely move through him. He's going to let you. That's why I roll initiative for him as well.
And to move off of the cart, is that difficult terrain as well, or
no? We'll just make all of it jumping over him in the cart difficult terrain.
Yeah, I should have plenty of movement anyway. So I'm going up to that one. He's going to say something very quiet to the sword. I guess when it's not being used, it's just a hilt.
Yeah.
So this beam of light, this radiant light, like comes out of it to form the sword, and he shouts for his name as he attempts to cut down this dire wolf. He's got his shield in one hand, and he's got the sword in the other.
So not unlike a lightsaber, this blade just vroom, forms from the hilt.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that one is for undead only.
They are not undead, but a 21 definitely hits, and you cut into this thing, and it goes through like it's a bit of its shoulder, and you've used blades all your life, mainly axes, but you know how, and this thing kind of goes through flesh and bone way easier than any other blade you've had. And the blade it laughs a little bit, kind of creepily, like, yes, kill it.
I'm also going to use my smite.
All right. He is chaotic.
Only 3 extra damage, but
the blade was. We'll say the blade was unaware smiting was a thing, and it was not prepared, and it kind of laughs as it goes through, but most of the smite did not work due to the fact that it was not prepared because it's alive.
All right. Kind of just hoists his shield up over his squat body and prepares for whatever's coming at him.
All right, Silver Eyes.
Carrie, God, she's going to do something and it moved out of the way so that spell would work, but it wouldn't gather all the people she wanted. You know what? Why not? Let's play as a dire wolf.
All right.
Direwolf on direwolf violence.
Dire Eyes.
Take a bite to the one to my left.
All right. Six is going to miss. It's one of those things where, like, you guys are both trying to bite each other, like where your dogs kind of sizing each other up and, like, open mouth growling next to each other.
Yeah.
All right. And that it for you?
Yes.
Lex.
Chopper.
Gotcha.
Actually, Enos was fighting his one, right?
Correct.
How do we go fight Enos's one instead? So move here and chopper at Enos's one.
Gotcha.
In fact, let's be a little bit fancy. Let's blow it straight off the top. So let's action surge, fighting spirit, and attack this thing twice.
All right.
I believe this still works. Plus 20, keep 1, plus 13 damage. Yep. Ah, jeez.
The 15 hits, definitely.
Yeah, 21 piercing damage.
Oh, it goes down.
Too bad I can't use my bonus action to make it an extra attack. No, but it's fine.
Mm.
Yeah,
Right.
and I moved to shield the horses from these wolves.
That's probably a good move. Anything? Then this guy here is going to try to bite back at Silver Eyes. That's a 22 to hit. I need you to make a strength save.
So strength, I have the wolf's strength at the moment. So it's a +3.
Yeah, you just make it. It bites you in the front haunch, and you take 11 piercing, and it tries to drag you to the ground. And you manage to hold your ground, and that's when a lot of the damage happens, when it just rips off some of your front leg. I mean, she hit the one guy once, and let's see, this guy here doesn't get a turn because he just got shish kebab Memnon.
Okay, I am going to try to protect the horses, so I'm going to shoot at this one.
All right. 22 is going to hit for 19 damage. It's still up, but it is hurting because that's the first time it was actually hit.
And that is my turn.
All right. It is now this guy's turn. It's going to charge at Kiri as well as this new wolf came out of nowhere trying to challenge the pack. It's going to have advantage on the attack because there's two wolves. 15.
Hit.
All right, you take 6 piercing, and I need a strength save. You are drugged. This time, like the other one, when it tried to drag you down, you managed to keep yourself up. But with the second one's efforts of these large beasts, they managed to pull you to the ground. And it's this guy's turn. He is going to get here between Fireforge and Lexi's gonna take a bite at Fireforge. And that is a 19 to hit Fireforge.
Yeah, 18 was my thing.
Yeah, you take 10 piercing, and I need a strength save.
All right.
Yeah, it can't pull you to the ground, but it can't get through your shield, but it manages to go low and catch you like right on the shin and bite into it, and it does not feel good. This giant dog's trying to turn you into kibble. And the first guy, it's his turn. He's going to try to bite Lex again.
Okay, AC 17.
An 11, which is good because he would have done 15 piercing. Yeah, no, he can't get this bite. You keep dodging him. You're too fast. Markov's turn because he's going to stand up on the cart and he's going to take 2 shots with his hand crossbow at one of the ones attacking Carrie. We'll say the top one. But the second one hits, so he does a little bit of damage. What do you want? I'm an old man. Fireforge.
Awesome. Since I forgot it because I'm an idiot, I'm going to do a couple different things.
Okay.
One of which I'm going to use in place of one of my other spells. For my Oath of Vengeance, I have Hunter's Mark. And with Hunter, I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Hunter's Mark on the one that has attacked me.
This guy here. All right.
Yeah. And then I am going to say, fuck it. I'm going to drop my shield. And then I'm going to double-fisted, use my Sun Sword on this guy.
Okie dokie.
Fuck.
11's gonna miss. Does the Hunter's Mark give you advantage, or does it just give you extra damage?
It just has extra damage just in case it does hit.
This
There's some other benefits if it does, but not.
This one here seems to be a little more agile than the first one, and so like, completely jumps to the side when you swing at him.
It's cool. All right, thanks.
Silver Eyes, you are apparently the life of the party, or the life of the pack.
So if I attack from a prone position, is that at disadvantage?
Yes.
But you can just get up.
You can get up. It drug you to the ground, but your turn's first, so you can just stand up past your movement. He hasn't pinned you to the ground. He just drug you to the ground.
Well then, yeah, that'd be my movement. Would be stand back up. Well then, why not? As retribution, let's go ahead and attack that same one that bit me then.
Okay. Well, they both bit you. The one up top's the one that drug you to the ground.
Yeah, we're gonna try to drag that one to the ground.
Okay. Make your attack. Yeah, that's gonna hit.
And it didn't put the damage, did it? No, of course not. Why would it? 2d6 plus 3.
If you click the direwolf bite, it'll do the damage.
I didn't. This is something. I think I have it as a spell. That's why. Yeah, have it as a spell.
No, like literally, where it says dire. You see how I just rolled that thing down at the bottom? Like underneath the number, the green 24, where it says there. So 15, and let's see who makes a strength save. That would have been if he had advantage. Does not have advantage, so you bite him for 15, and he is prone. You showed him who the alpha is. But we don't forget, we'll do one of these. Anything else?
I growl very viciously.
There you go. Lex.
Can I do an intimidate check?
You may.
Alright. Lex is going to do something a little bit weird. She grasps her sword spear firmly. She whispers an incantation, and there's a pulse of energy that runs from the tip of her spear down into her hand, and it flows into her bodies, and then she lashes out with a vicious kick, and she tries to kick this wolf's face in. I'm going to cast Inflict Wound.
Yeah, no, that's going to hit.
Wow. Really? Really?
That's sad. Hey, you hit him for 8.
It nicks him on the fur.
No, you kicked him, and he's already taken damage from. I think Memnon shot him, and like you kick him in the side, and like where you kick him, the fur starts to fall off of him, and this like green necrotic energy starts to run through, and it leaves like a footprint. Like he's the moon, and you're Neil Armstrong, and your footprint's forever going to be on him, but he's probably going to die soon.
But yes, that's my turn. Yeah, I can't do anything with bonus actions. That's my turn.
This dire wolf's going to try to bite Curie Wolf again. At advantage because his buddy's there. 24. Yeah, he rolled 24 and a 23. You take 11 piercing, and I need your strength. So you go prone and take 11. You back in Curie form.
That's 11 damage, you said?
Yes, ma'am.
So I think that... Nope, I still have health points left.
Sweet. So you're prone as well, but you're still a wolf. Memnon.
Okay, I'm going to hop down and use the corner of this wagon as cover. Use my bonus action to try to hide.
Wolf perception.
Well, I think I'm hiding, regardless whether I am or not.
You think you're hiding.
So I will try to use a sharpshoot at this wolf.
Okay.
And it didn't matter anyways.
Yeah, he saw you. He rolled a 13, just enough to see you. Low enough to be an asshole about it, but just enough to see you. It just goes, when you release the arrow, the bowstring actually cuts through the fletching, and it just completely ruins the arrow. Your shot was perfect, but it was the arrow's fault.
Of course.
This wolf's going to keep trying to continue. Oh, you're prone. He's going to try to bite you at advantage. Oh, he had advantage anyways. Then when you drug down, he gets back up because he gets knocked down, but he gets up again.
Grown.
And that's a 13 to hit.
AC is 14, I believe, because it uses my AC, I think.
That's fine. Even if you had a wolf's AC, it'd be 14.
It's 14.
So yeah, he gets up and he snaps at you when he's getting up, and his leg gives away where you drug him down, and it throws the bite off, and he misses. This guy's going to, feeling marked and attacked, he's going to try to bite Fireforge again. And I don't think a 7's going to cut it. It's this guy. He's going to attack Lex, even though she is Africa, or he is Africa. A 24 for 9 piercings to Lex. Let me mark that down. And I just made up a new word there somehow. Damage, whatever.
So 9 damage?
Yeah, 24 to hit.
So 24 to hit?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have hit regardless of what I did.
He's going to take 2 more shots at the same wolf. Up top. They both hit 4, 5, 8. This wolf is starting to get peppered. It actually wasn't prone because it stood up to bite you. It's still up, but he is in a bad way. He's got 3 crossbow bolts coming out of him. Fireforge.
Man, I keep on trying to. My shortcut on my keyboard is Control, and I forget I'm on my phone. I keep on hitting Control on the other thing. So I am going to just choke up with my sword and try again this time. I still have Hunter's Mark on him.
Yes, you do. Yeah, no, that's going to hit.
There you go. I got to roll the Hunter's Mark, which I think is a 1d6. Let me
Yep, it is.
check that.
Yeah.
It's the same as Hex. Just has slightly different effects.
Yay.
14 damage. And the sword, once again, lets out a little cackle of joy. All right. Anything else?
Nah, I think that's it.
All right. Carrie.
Movement to stand back up.
Yep.
And then we'll continue to attack the one north of us.
You got it.
Is it showing up?
I think you got to roll the bite.
Derp.
16's going to count.
Yes.
12 piercing. Yeah, he's not even going to get a chance to make a save because you managed to get your jaws underneath his. You grab the very, very vulnerable throat and just rip it out, and it falls over dead.
And once again, I roll an intimidate growl check to the other one.
Okay, go and give me intimidation. He doesn't seem. We'll see. We shall see. Lex.
Alright, so after being bitten, she growls and tries to run this thing through.
Okay.
I'm going to use another charge of Fighting Spirit. So I gain advantage on this attack. 17.
17's going to hit. The 19, yeah, the 19 and your sword spear, you literally cut this thing's head off in like an anime type fashion, where like the sword goes through, there's that flash of light, and the red line goes through his head, the head plops down, and then just blood everywhere.
And I move to assist Carrie.
It's like a grenade of blood.
That's my turn.
Or a waterfall, I think, is more if it's like a regular anime. All right, it's now that wolf's turn, and it has a new. He's going to try to attack the wolf. He made its wisdom save against your fear, and you killed its buddy. 24 to hit for 10 piercing.
Hit. And I revert, I think.
And I need you to make a strength save.
Yep.
It no longer had advantage because its buddy was dead, but it rolled just a straight 24.
Oh, okay. Then yeah. Hold on. I gotta get to the right page. That one. Strength save.
Yes, ma'am. You're good.
Not check. Save. Yeah. There we go.
Yeah,
Funny thing is, it didn't matter.
you were still good. 13 was the DC. So what happens is it bites you and it tries to rip you down, but when you revert back to your normal halfling size, you're no longer in its mouth and it can't yank you to the ground. No.
Okay, so I see Lex rush over, so I'm like, okay, I don't have to worry about that anymore. I will use a bonus action to try to stealth.
All right.
I
Let's see if
will
you
use however much movement necessary to climb back up and take a pot shot at the one fighting Enos.
Okay. You get advantage on that anyways because he's in melee with Enos.
Well, I wouldn't get advantage, I don't think, but I could get the sneak attack.
Yeah, you get sneak attack here because
Yeah, I'll just do a regular attack.
23 is going to hit, and he takes 14. All right, he's still up. So he's looking rough. He's looking rough. See what I did there?
Yeah, it's my turn.
All right, this guy doesn't get a turn because he's dead. This guy here is going to lunge at Fireforge in desperation. And a 13.
What'd you say?
A 13's not going to cut it.
Correct.
This guy here is dead. Markov's going to take. He's going to go back to helping here. He's going to try to shoot this guy here, who is actually looking better out of everyone.
Does he shout "Great Scott"?
He does not. He just kind of grumbles to himself. But he hits him for 7 piercing. It's not bad. I'm an old man. Rumble Fireforge.
Enos is going to try to shove the blade into the face of this werewolf.
No, well, he's a dire wolf.
Excuse me, dire wolf. Pardon.
I'm just being a dick. Hey, go ahead, do your attack. 10,
Damn.
10 is not going to cut it. It's you lunge forward and he sidesteps you again and just ducks down out of the way. You actually, with the sharp blade, you actually kind of like cut the tip of this thing's ear off as it dodges you, but you did not get it through its face.
Okay.
So if the patrol, like if animal control picks him up, they know he's been fixed because he's got his ear pierced. Fire, Kiri.
Kiri will. Oh. Yeah, I'm not gonna waste. Yeah, I wasn't gonna waste that. Why not? We'll just go ahead and cantrip it to death.
Okay.
It
Alright,
needs to make a Constitution save.
We're making con saves. Direwolf. 17.
It makes it. So it only takes. Does not take any damage then.
Okay.
Yeah, cantrips that deal damage on.
I think like one of them might, like the ice might, the other people, not the main target. Lex. Unless if I think you want to use a
I don't
bonus
think
action.
Ice Knight is a cantrip.
Oh, it's a first level.
Okay, well then there we go.
Well, Lex is going to run this thing through. Her blade's still dripping blood. She adopts like a hind stance, back, forward leg straight, back leg crouched, spear overhead, and she just lunges ahead and attempts to run this thing through. Should I? You know what? I've been doing it this entire time. Let's Great Weapon Master. It's gonna miss because Great Weapon Master. Oh no, actually,
No, that's gonna hit. 21.
Stabs it in the face with 21.
It's still up, but you gouge out one of this thing's eyeballs and like part of its like top jaw, like some of the teeth, they're knocked out. Like you run the blade through and it connects the eyeball to like the top of the muzzle, and you kind of pull it out and like the top of the mouth is gone along with one of the eyes.
And then as she finishes her forward stab, she flicks the blade out to the side and like, I don't know, some part of the jaw or like the teeth goes flying in that direction, and she says, even though it makes no sense, she says, "Why don't you run off and go and play fetch?"
It's going to attempt to bite you now.
Okay.
8. No, it bites down on you, but it bites down where its mouth used to be. And it's a good thing you did have advantage because he critted on his disadvantage. But yeah, so basically he bites you, but it's just where his mouth used to be, and you just pull your hand out and there's no damage. Memnock.
Alrighty, let's finish this thing. I'm not even going to try to hide. I'm just going to try to launch another arrow at the Enos dog.
Yeah, that is going to hit, and that'll kill it.
Huzzah. And now I'll hide.
Now he doesn't get to bite. Mordecai's going to take 2 shots. Grumble something about the wine's going to go bad by the time we get there.
It's been like 20 seconds.
Yeah, he's just an old grump. It hits him, but he's still up. Fireforge.
All right. Moving next to the. Make sure I get the right dire wolf here.
Yeah, the top one's there.
Well, I mean, doesn't Silver Eyes look like a dire wolf right now?
No, she lost her form. She's now back to half one.
Oh, sorry, I missed that. Yeah, same thing. I'm gonna try to lop this thing's head off with my two-handed sun sword. Oh, I'm gonna bonus action switch my hunter's mark from the one to this one first.
Okay. Yeah, no. It had 3 hit points left, so go ahead and roll your d6 to it as well.
All right.
Yeah, the hunter mark's damage would have killed it, and and it cuts through his head like butter. This knife is fantastic. This sword is fantastic.
Praise horror.
And that is the end of that combat. Markov looks around and sees how everyone's looking. I think the one who took the most damage is maybe Fireforge. I know Kiri would have, but that was in wolf form.
Yeah, I took 10, so he's not too bad, but he took some. Took 25% of his health.
He's like, here, this will help, and he throws you the flask again. That he, like when you guys, he didn't do his first turn because he was too busy filling up this flask.
Is this normal?
He's like, well, it is not uncommon for the beast of the land to attack without warning and without reason. He once he throws Fireforge the flask, he takes out a knife and like Memnon saying check their bellies, but he's like, I'm trying to make peace with my son. I know he serves wolf steaks at his establishment, and he starts cutting them up. But if anyone wants to search the dire wolves, they can roll perception and investigation.
Yeah, I'll do that, and I'm also going to be removing the like the canines from at least one of them, the one he killed.
Yeah, that's fine. That's no problem. Well, the thing with the one you killed is it only had one canine on its one side. You can get 3. The top left one is Lex flung that jaw, part of the jaw somewhere.
Okay, I'll take whatever's left.
So you get 3 canines, no problem.
Cool.
Yeah, you. You know what, Kiri? Roll a D100. See what if it's like? Yeah, no. There's a. It's not like a World of Warcraft wolf where you kill it and it's got like a recipe in it for some reason. It's just wolf.
It's got the body of an adventurer.
Yeah.
Are you saying that if she rolled high enough, it would have been a World of Warcraft wolf?
It's possible. You get all but one of your arrows back, Memnon, the one that shattered.
I've just been following the 50% rule that's in the book.
Well, that'll work either. But Markov takes about 20 minutes to basically cut off enough. He's basically cutting off the rear haunches and throwing them on the cart. He kind of lets, like, he's actually hanging them off the back of the cart that drip dry the blood as he's basically leaving a blood trail for other wolves. Which is a hilarious idea.
How do you sheathe a sword that has no blade?
Hang it on your belt.
Just hang the hilt somehow?
Yep. Memnon will ask the old guy, how cold does it get in these parts generally?
I mean, it's kind of like the temperature's constantly this, like, it hasn't really changed from since you've been here, and it's all just like, it's just not above freezing, but it's not warm in If you were, it's like probably 50 to 55 to 60 degrees, which I don't know what that is in Celsius, Kev.
Well, that's more than comfortable
65.
for me.
55 to 60. It's pretty cold. I live in Florida. That's cold to me.
That's our average temperatures.
Oh, that's fucking warm as shit.
Yeah, but I'm used to like 25 to 30 Celsius in Florida, so
Yeah, Florida's stupid hot.
gotta have central air. Correct, Brian?
I'm used to like 40-ish, 55-ish.
I don't know. I just did yard work Saturday. They're probably like it was super hot. I drank a gallon of water.
I love that humidity. But yeah, it's pretty much been that temperature the entire time.
Okay. Well, I was gonna drag some of the wolves and hang them or something for the fur, but don't need it.
I mean, you could always. He's just taking the meat, but if you wanted the fur to have something made, you could absolutely take it.
Yeah, I was going to, but like I said, if it's just been this temperature, it's fine.
All right. So yeah, he takes 4. Actually, excuse me, 8 of the back haunches, and just kind of hangs them off his cart, and says, "All right, if everyone is ready, we should make haste to Valaki, lest we get attacked again."
I go and ride a horse.
Yeah, you're small enough where you could fit, like, the horses have the yawl or whatever the thing's called, but you can sit on it no problem. You're tiny. And it's a couple hours ride because the cart is a cart, but let's see. Yeah, you could make it there in a couple hours. You just gotta follow the road. Just in case, for shits and giggles. Yeah, no, you guys make it there no problem. You get outside the gate. Actually, like, yeah, you get outside the gate of Valaki, and you see. What do you want, Cat? You see the Vistani camp that was there before. It's still there. The one that you turned the daughter in and got the your sweet carpet that was not magical. They kind of see you and they wave, but they don't expect anyone to come there. And then you see the guards. They're the same guards you saw when you left, and they recognize you, and they're like, "You guys did not die on your trip." And Mordekov looks at and goes, "Let me through, you idiots!" And they're like, "Oh, very sorry, sir. Have you come to bring the tavern more wine?" And he goes, "I mean, if you don't want me to come in, I can take it away." And they're like, "No, come in." And they let everyone through without any hassle. And he heads directly to he heads directly to the Blue Water Inn.
On our way there, Enos will ask why the prices are so goddamn high in town. I mean, there's reasonable trades, but the price for goods is much higher than what Enos is used to.
He kind of shrugs and he's like, these have been the prices I've seen most of my life."
If Enos knew what inflation was, he would say it, but he doesn't.
Yeah. And we'll say you guys are here. I mean, I'm just throwing you there. Oh, that's way too big. You guys are Jaegers, apparently.
Do we have to fight kaiju?
I mean, I could AI it and throw it to Rask.
I mean, Memnon and Kyria are already synchronized, right?
Is that because they're small?
Isn't Memnon an elf?
I'm sorry, I think you said Fire Forge. Might be. Yeah, they are definitely synchronized. You guys pass this building here, which I believe is a church. What was
Oh
it?
my god! I just had a mental image of a fucking Jaeger, but instead of the side by side piloting, it's just a really really tall guy and a midget standing in front of him.
You're ridiculous. Yeah, the first thing you pass is the St. Andrew's Church. You see, there's a couple people in there. They Mardukov kind of makes like a holy symbol over himself as he passes it. But eventually, you guys end up here at the Blue Water Inn. Actually, I forgot I have a Blue Water Inn camp, don't I? A map. Where is my Blue Water Inn map? I don't know. It's going the same. But you guys go in. You see that same colorful words of heart guy who was telling stories before. He's there telling more stories. There we go. I found it. And the first person to see you as you guys go in is the guy who owns the place. He's behind the bar at the moment. And Erwin. He sees you.
Steve?
Hold on, I'm about to move you guys. He sees you guys and he kind of smiles and he's happy to see you. But then he sees his dad and his face goes just dour. And he's like, I thought I asked you to bring the wine, not the man who makes it. And his dad's like, shut up, son. I'm here to make amends. Shut your mouth. I've brought you wine and free wolf steaks. Do me a favor and send your kids out there to get it. And he kind of grumbles something. And he goes out. Both Mardukovs go out, and two of the sons go out to help. As you guys are inside the building now. Just moving you here. And the wife comes out and she kind of looks a little bit confused, especially at Fireforge. And she kind of like says, "Hey, come here for a second. I have something here for you."
Oh, for
And she's kind
me?
of calling the whole group over.
I mean,
What is it?
She the first thing she holds up a note in a bag that has some sort of goofy grin on it.
It has a goofy grin on it. Okay.
Yeah.
He'll take it and he'll be like, well, and he'll look inside. Does he see anything?
Yeah, hold on. Well, first she's like, yeah, this is. She's like, She looks at you very confused, and she's like, you brought it in yesterday.
Yesterday.
a cat.
Yeah, that's Fudge. You did not bring it in. You be quiet.
Did somebody let the cat out of the bag?
Oh God.
But attached to it is a note.
Well, wait a second. I brought this in yesterday. Told you to leave it for myself.
Leave it.
Does that make any sense?
She's like, he came in. He gave me 5 silver, and there was a note. He didn't say anything. There was a note attached to leave it for your group. I found it very confusing, but he gave me 5 silver.
Well, how do you know it wasn't me? Why wouldn't I just be asking for it when I came in?
She kind of shrugs. She goes, maybe it's in the note.
I like give Solark, and I'm like, shut up, you idiot, just take it. Thank you for holding this for us. Much obliged.
That doesn't make any sense. I don't understand. I'll take the note. So the note is not in the bag. It's just kind of with the bag.
Yeah, it's kind of attached to the bag. It's tied to the bag.
Let me see this here. Hold on. And He opens up the note and takes a look.
Did the note come across the screen?
I got a blank screen right now.
Well, if it didn't show, I can read it. You see it?
I don't see the note. I see the screen now that I scrolled out. I see the bar.
All right. Basically, what it says. Can anyone else see it? Did it not come through?
I don't see anything.
Nope.
Try this. Try again.
There we go.
Should I read it?
If you want to.
Hey, it's from Sally. It says, to my allies, my time among the hags isn't as horrible as I expected it to be. Mainly sure as a mount for one called Morgantha. Wow, that's odd. They say that while we are not serving Stahd, the two parties have unspoken agreement, leave each other alone. During my time here, they've gotten over curious about my past and who I am. I used that curiosity and a large amount of wine to leverage some items for you in your time here. They inform me they are power items and that they look forward to recovering them from your dead bodies when Stahd is bored of you. Signed, Giselle of the House of Silverpike. Oh, I thought her name was Sally. P.S. Enos. They somehow made a version of you out of your tooth. And Enos will like feel around and see if he's missing a tooth. They have named it Nose Waterfall. Huh. He is very dim, but he has a good heart. Oh, that sounds nice. Ophelia says that the spell barely took, and he isn't long for this world. P.S.S. Do not eat the dream pies.
And you notice that the bag itself, which, by the way, I knocked that note up without spell checking it. That was on me. I fixed it. The bag itself, it has let's see if there's a picture of it. There's a couple magical items here. It has a grin on it, which, as everyone who's played D&D before, pretty much knows what that is.
Yeah, I figured out pretty quickly what that was.
It's a bag of holding, and there is no bag of holding in this stuff. But if you wanted to, I'm sure someone could identify it and tell you what it is. Actually, if no one can, I guess, Kiri, you could make Arcana. Anyone who has Arcana can make it. And I guess Lex, 13. Kiri, you know it's a bag of holding, that the best way to find out what's in it is to turn it inside out.
What if, and just hear me, what if inside is a binary explosive?
We're all dead.
And you turn it inside out and the two elements mix together and explode. Never mind. If we turn it inside out.
I've seen that Die Hard 3. I know what you're getting at. A couple things plop out.
Did you look at what a binary explosive is?
Nope. I just know that the two things mixed in Die Hard 3, and I just went with that.
What the fuck are dream pies?
I assume it was whatever they were making with those children. And at that, I'll look up to the mistress here at the counter. I'm like, so there's these old ladies that make pies way over there, and I'll point. I'm like, don't eat their pies. I think they use unethical ingredients that you wouldn't want to eat.
Yeah, she goes, no, we have no dealings with the hags. They've tried to sell their wares here before. My husband would not allow her and removed her from the premises. And as she says that, Erwin comes in. He's got like two over each shoulder as a haunch of a wolf, and he just has this, like, his face was dour before, but now he just looks really unhappy. And his dad's behind him. He's not carrying anything, but he's just kind of yelling at his son. He's like, and another thing, and he's like, this place here, when's the last time you cleaned it?
Ooh.
But when you turn the bag inside out, where is everything that plops out? There's a
Nice.
short sword that comes out that has a hilt. A really old looking book.
It's a short sword that comes out. It's missing a hilt.
No, it has the hilt, definitely. An old
It's just
looking
like
book, a really fine elven longbow, a ring that has some sort of like goat's head or something on the front of it, and a pair of gauntlets that have ogre faces on them.
Oh, nice.
As soon as I see all this stuff fall out, I immediately start looking around and I'm like, guys, maybe we should do this somewhere private?
I think we're among friends here, are we not?
I mean, everyone who's like the bartender chick, she's like, you've noticed that once you dump these all out on the table, everyone's out there doing to look at you. They don't look they're going to steal. They're just very curious.
So you said there was a short sword, an elven longbow, gauntlet.
A ring and a book that looks very old.
The ring has a goat on it.
You look at it closer, and it's not a goat; it's actually a ram.
Oh.
I take a look, just casually flip through the book to see if there's a title or content.
This actually is in the thing. Whatever I can find that's here. So I picked the stuff out before. Swear to God, cat.
I would say to the lady. Oh, there it is. It's got the name of it too.
Oh, wow. That'll be great for either Carrie or Enos, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And the bow is a fine elven-looking bow, and there's actually something written on it in Elvish, which I'm assuming as an elf you can read.
Yes.
It says in Elvish, "Swift defeat to my enemies."
Oh, God.
Man, that's one thing they're not short of in this campaign is magic weapons that you find
Yeah.
at least.
The hags had a treasure trove somewhere. They're not too worried about it. They know you're all going to die soon enough.
So the things we're not sure about is the short sword and the gauntlet then?
Well, the gauntlets, the sword itself, of a careful inspection, you can tell it's a +1 short sword. And the gauntlets have 2 ogre faces on them, which actually, if no one says anything, what's his name? Talvio, I believe. Yeah. The guy who was in there last time you heard him, he was telling stories about the 2-headed goblins named Spit and Swallow. He comes over and he goes, I have not seen a set of these in a long time. And he informs you that they are, in fact, gauntlets of ogre strength.
That
Well, I'm sure these will become useful in our current endeavors. The bow goes to you, I suppose, Memnon?
I would very much like it.
Okay. What does the ring do? It's probably, meta-wise, it's Ring of the Ram, right?
Yeah.
the book, I haven't. I see you. Either of you two would make better use of it.
Yeah, I wouldn't know what it is in game. Meta wise, I do, and it'd be almost useless to
I'll take it then.
Why would it be almost useless?
because it gives +2 to wisdom. I mean, it would
I'm
help,
sure.
but I think her don't you rely on wisdom for your
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it'd be,
but isn't Enos a cleric?
he's a paladin.
Oh, that's right.
He prays a lot, and
Yeah,
he's- yeah.
yeah. Well, there's only one person in this party that's useful for the book, then, which is Kira.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so Carrie will take the book, then that's fine.
It's really the bag of holding itself is kind of cool. If no one else would want that, he doesn't have much use for the other things, except possibly the Ring of the Ram. But I'm open to not taking any of this stuff.
I don't need either.
If I had some time, could I replace my silver short sword with the short sword +1?
Absolutely, that one. It's just the enchantment's currently always on.
Enos would ask he would go up with a little bit of forlorn look in his face, finally understanding from, even after he read the letter, he didn't understand that there was a copy of him that came in.
Yeah.
And it took him a while, and then he goes up to the bartender lady. That's the one.
Yeah, that's the one who he dealt with.
And he's like, he looks a little bit forlorn, and he says, so another Enos came in. His name was Enos. Was he smart or was he? And he kind of like points at himself.
She's like, he came in, he didn't talk, and he had a note. Like, basically, it's like the D&D version of having like a kid who has his house address like pinned to his sleeve. Just like they came in with it, he handed her the note and the 5 silver and the bag, and then he just kind of left.
And he's like, so he was going for like kind of the Forrest Gump when he meets his son thing. But
Yeah.
the kid's real smart. He
Yeah.
finds out that he's dumb, and he just shakes his head, and he's like, oh, just like my own kids.
Because you remember, you ripped out that tooth and gave it to him for your weapons.
Oh, I forgot that. That's funny. I'm sure
Yeah, because you wanted your weapons back. You gave a tooth, and I believe Memnon gave something much more important to him.
Yeah. So bad.
But yeah, meta-wise, just so you know, I'm sure Memnon is aware that it's the Oath Bow. Gauntlets, Ogre Strength. I kind of tried to give everyone something. I didn't really have to give much to Enos because he got something sweet last game.
Yeah, I could definitely use the Gauntlets of Ogre Strength. It'll just simply take my modifier up by 1.
it only gives me another. It doesn't even give me anything. It will just bring it up to 19. So definitely
you already have 18.
It was a toss up between the Ring of the Ram and the Necklace of Fireballs, but I figured you guys already had enough. You didn't need AoE on top of it.
Yeah, you can definitely go for the Ring of the Ram. I'm perfectly fine with that.
Well, I'll hold on to it. I don't think it's attunement.
I think it
But
might
yeah,
be.
it is. It is attunement, but yeah. I mean, I'll hang on to it, and when we get a chance, I'll attune to it. But if somebody else would need it for some reason, they could take it.
What does the Ring of the Ram do?
It I have it up here. It's attunement has. Oh man, this thing. Hold on one second.
Basically a magical shotgun.
Yeah, it has 3 charges. Gets 1d3 charges daily at dawn. You're wearing the ring. You can use an action to expend one of the 3 charges. Any creature that within 60 feet of you, you can attack. The ring produces a special ram's head, makes its attack roll a +7 bonus, and when you hit, for each charge that you spend, so you could spend all 3 charges. Each one is 2d10 force, and it pushes 5 feet away. So like up to 15 feet away and up to 60-10. Holy shit.
It's a shotgun.
Alternatively, you can expend one of the ramp's charges to break an object within 60 feet of you that isn't being worn or carried. The ring makes a strength check with a +5 each time you charge. For each charge you spend. So if you spend all 3, you get a +15 bonus to that strength check for destroying that or pushing or whatever the heck it is.
And as you guys are like going over your newfound fancy objects, Erwin and his kids come in dragging crates of wine, and when everyone who's in there, who's Octavio, and there's a couple locals, and they see the new bottles, the new kegs of wine coming in, everyone lets out a cheer, yay! And they start hooking it up to everything, and the haunches go in the back. And Darian's just kind of bitching at his son the entire time. And then Erwin kind of stops and says, "Shut up, Dad." He looks at you and he goes, "Before I forget, in my anger," and he kind of looks over towards his dad. What the hell is it? I just had it. I can't remember anything. He said, "Father Petrovich, he heard there were outsiders in town. He said if you had to come into town, if you could possibly see him at the church. He apparently needs help or something. I told him I'd pass the message along."
Where is this church?
When you say that, Darian, the father, looks at you. He goes, "We passed it on the way in." It's basically the first big building you see when you come in through the west gates.
Oh, okay. I look towards the others and I kind of shrug one shoulder and say, well, I was going to ask what we were going to do next, but...
I want to go shopping first. I mean, you guys can go, but I need to pick up more arrows. I'm like just flinging them everywhere. Too many trouble encounters here. Ugh.
What you need is a quiver that just makes arrows, or arrows that come back to you.
Do you have one of these?
No.
The guy who's next to you, who was like kind of eyeballing the gauntlet's overstrength, he goes, "Well, I've heard of before a quiver that could hold a lot more than regular quivers, but I do not have one."
Oh, is this the
Yeah.
general store guy?
No, this is he's the guy that is always telling stories. He was actually telling a story when you guys came in. Last time
He's basically Percy.
he looks like Percy, but he kind of talks like Scanlan. But he seems to know a lot. And then when the new wine comes out and everyone's like kind of drinking it, they're like, "Tell us a story." And he's like, well, and he kind of thinks to himself, "Did I ever tell you guys about the kobold that fell in love with the ogre?"
Yeah, I walk out at this point.
Yeah, he just kind of turns around, and if you listen, it goes on about a male kobold trying to make sweet love to an ogre chick. And Octavio ends it with, I thought about putting the act in the circus, but I don't think it was too family friendly. And everyone just kind of laughs at that.
I think, you know what? I'm not planning on buying anything, but I think Lex would accompany Memnon to the store. If anything, I think in a place like this, we shouldn't split the party. In a land like this, I mean.
If you guys say you're going shopping, Octavio would say, well, I know they have that trading yard, but if you feel like finding something different, Blinksy has that toy store in town.
Blinksy?
Toy store? You mean like children's toys or magic?
Yeah, children's toys. I mean, for the little ones.
Black god.
Yeah. And if you're there, say hi to Piccolo for me. He's my monkey I can't have in here.
Yeah, I think at least at first I'm just going to go to the general store.
No.
Maybe to the toy store later.
Well, there isn't really a general store, but there is the trading yards you guys went by before.
That'll work.
Pull that map up. Which was over here. When you guys when you leave, because you're currently here, you see that there is the sign for Blinksy down here, but Blinksy's toy store, and then over here is the trading yard with the old couple whose name I probably didn't write down. Let me see.
Well, Lex, that store's closer, and they mentioned it. You want to check it out?
Why do I have a bad feeling about visiting some creepy dude's toy store?
Well, I mean, look where we're at.
What could go wrong?
Perhaps Carrie would like to ask him about this particular toy. Hey, what if you could teach the toy how to utter arcane incantations?
I don't have the doll anymore.
You don't?
Blood for the Blood God doll?
No, I don't. I left it with Giselle.
No.
Well,
It was a parting gift so that Giselle would know that we were always thinking of her.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I remember this. Record scratch sound. .mp3.
Okay, so you guys want to go to Blinksy's?
Sure, why not? It's closer.
Oh, so you guys head there. The cramp shop has a dark entrance, like it's got a little what are they called? Portocolo or something?
Portcullis.
Yeah, that one. Above it hangs a wooden sign shaped like a rocking horse, with a bee engraved on both sides. Flanking the entrance are two arched lead frame windows. Through the dirty glass, you see a jumbled display of toys and hanging placards on the slogan, "It's no fun, it's no Blinksy."
Wow.
I'll just look at the party and then shrug and then warily step in.
All right. You're greeted by what looks like it's a heavyset man who has a jester's cap on, but it seems like it's seen better days. Looks pretty moth-eaten. And on his shoulder is a monkey, a little monkey who's wearing a ballerina tutu. Whenever he sees you, he says, "Welcome, friends, to the house of Blinksy, where happiness and smiles can be bought at bargain prices. Perhaps you know little child in need of joy, a little toy for girl or boy."
Hey, is that your daughter?
No, he kind of laughs. "No, this is Piccolo. He is my helper, sometimes apprentice."
What does he do? Like stock stuff, put stuff away?
And he says, "You want to see?" And he's like, "Piccolo, go get the doll." And the monkey climbs off his shoulder onto the counter down, and he goes and grabs like a little doll, and then he brings it back and he drops it in the hand of Blinksy. Blinksy, yeah.
Wow, that's pretty good. It makes itself useful.
Yeah, this guy came into town and he bought the doll, and he when he said he couldn't bring the monkey into the inn, so he gave him to me. He's fantastic.
So Memnon's just completely ignoring him, and he's just poking through the store. He's kind of excited because he's never been to a toy store and he never had any toys.
Yeah, if you want to, you guys give me a perception to look around and see what toys you see.
Oh,
He's like a kid in a candy shop.
uh-huh. Very excited.
And here's the monkey.
Awesome.
I vote no on purchasing the monkey.
So the monkey's not for sale.
You
I'm
don't.
just saying before he starts smearing shit and poop and
Oh yeah,
writing
Yeah.
poop journals.
You don't want cack and
yeah. The monkeys are horrible.
He sells the
Um,
monkey to us, and it steals our stuff and then returns to him.
cack is somewhere. Who knows? You guys are in another place. I would. He's a. You notice he's a bit remorseful. He misses all his children, and he looks around for maybe some smaller toys that would be for them.
Memnon, what you see first is behind the counter, not half hidden, not like it's hidden from view, but maybe like it's put aside for someone. It's a doll that looks like, for a little maid doll, it looks just like creepily a lot like Arena.
What's that doll for? It looks like someone we recently met.
And he kind of gets not he is like he's had this big goofy smile the entire time you've been there. He goes, "Oh, that is a personal, that is someone has commissioned me for that. The doll is not for sale."
What is for sale?
And you look around. There's stuff in the store. Kiri, you see looks like a little wind up merry-go-round, but instead of horses and carriages, it's dire wolves, and they're chasing kids.
Oh shit.
Kiri is of two minds of this. This is like awesomely cool, but it's chasing kids.
And let's see, Lex, you see it looks like a little gallows, and it's got like with a little trap door that opens, and it has a little doll that's wearing a noose, and when you open it, the doll falls and hangs himself.
Awesome.
And there's also a set of like wooden nesting dolls, and the smallest one in the middle is a little mummified corpse doll. And you also see in the corner, Kiri, a couple dolls that look a lot like the doll you previously had that say things.
Ah. I don't know. She's kind of distracted by this merry-go-round.
Yeah, when you see the merry-go-round, he's like, "Oh," and like the wolves are really well done. They're snarling and they look vicious. He's like, "Oh, do you like the merry-go-round? It is 9 silver."
And she kind of glances at the dolls, and one of the talking dolls.
Yeah, they're the same dolls, but they're not saying anything.
No, she wants to know the price of the doll as well.
She goes, these dolls, they have slight magical enchantment. These are a little bit, these doll here is, it is 15 gold.
15 gold. So 15 gold and 9 silver, huh? Why not?
And he goes on to explain the dolls they have. You know how they work, but he doesn't know you know how they work. So he's like, you get used to it. You find, and he tells you basically that it'll say 6 phrases. But yeah, these are all blank. So you can put anything you want.
You said 15 gold, right?
Yeah, 15 for the doll and 9 silver for the merry-go-round. So you also see there's a mobile, but instead of like stars, and they're little bats that are flapping their wings as they move. And there's also a couple little patchwork dolls on a shelf that they kind of have a black cape, 2 white fangs coming out of the mouth at top, slick black hair, like a suit on. They look like little vampires.
Hey, why are you selling something like this here, Gadolf?
Because people buy them.
Well, I thought they called vampires like, the demon or the devil. Why sell the likeness of him?
Well, it's little monsters for your little monsters. And it's like when they go to bed, they hug him so they won't kill you.
Hey, I'm going to be honest with you. That makes absolutely no sense.
Trust me, I sell these all the time. I sold one to the guy who gave me the monkey.
Well, all right. If that works for you, I guess. Not really seeing anything. I don't like my kids to be scared to death to sleep. I don't know if I'm going to see them again anyway. Maybe I'll wait.
Well, that's fine. And you also see in the corner there's a couple of like those creepy ventriloquist dolls, but the eyes seem to follow you. I think they always do, even if they're not magical. Not that these ones are magical. Yeah, like the whole time you've been here, like not even in the store, like this entire area, it's always got that creepy feel. But it's just all creepy toys. And he's like, there's also a headless doll that comes with a sack of attachable heads. And he's like, I think I have an idea for one here. I'm working on some sort of, like, possibly a turnip. You could put pieces on and make a little toy.
Potato Man, really?
Turnip. But this potato, maybe that will work better. He kind of writes down a little note. Maybe potato. But, I mean, we are always here if there's something, whatever you want. It's, if it's no fun, it's no Blinksy.
This guy creeps me the fuck out.
Hey, you sell a lot of these here?
We saw occasionally. It's enough to keep the place open, and there's tons of kids in Balaki that have my toys.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Probably for that wolf festival, you probably get a lot of that merchandise out.
No, for the jamborees, they mainly make things that burn.
Well, that's probably the best thing for the stuff you got in here.
And he kind of looks a little bit offended, but then he starts to smile again. Well, agree to disagree. Your friend seems to think they are fun enough.
What are the prices on all these?
It depends on, they each have prices. The most expensive things are the magic talking dolls, which are 15 gold. So like the little merry-go-round is 9 silver. The little ventriloquist dolls are 9 silver. The little headless doll and that trapdoor mini gallows are 9 copper pieces.
Out of character again, can you remind me of the girl that this doll looks like?
The what? I'm sorry.
You said that the doll that I'd seen, it looks like a girl.
It looks like Arena Kolyana, who was she was the one who's gone missing.
Okay.
Her dead brother was in the cart. You guys went into the bone grinder, and you came out. They were gone.
Memnon will try to press to buy the doll, stating that we actually had business with her and her brother, and I'd be more than happy to buy the doll and deliver it to her.
And he's like, "No, this is not for sale. I have to make this for Isaac, or he will burn down my place. I don't know why it looks like your friend. I do not understand. He came in with a certain description, and I have to make one of these."
Who's this Isaac?
He is the Burgermeister. He is a henchman. I feel like he is his muscle. He's very, very scary. He has the arm of a demon.
So then it seems like he has an unnatural attachment to her. I'll say this out loud. Might warrant an investigation. And I'll say that to the party and not the shopkeep.
Yeah, well, if you say anything, he'd say, "I would do not mess with Isaac. He does the Baron's dirty work, and he is not to be trifled with."
It was the only thing that really caught my eye.
Yeah, that's like that. That's what you see with natural 20.
Yeah, I don't think I'd buy anything then.
So he says that this Isaac works for the Burgermeister.
Yep. And he also says he has the arm of a demon.
Arm of a demon.
Does he mean? Never mind.
He's like, "I would suggest not crossing his path. That is why I make these. He does not pay me for them, but I do not want to get on his bad side."
That doesn't seem very fair.
He's like, "It is not, but it is better than having a shop that is on fire."
At this point, Memnon grew bored of everything. He's like, okay, well, I'm not buying anything, so if you guys want to, you can, but I'm waiting outside.
I'll head out with him.
Yeah.
I think the only one who's buying anything is probably
Kiri.
Kiri. So you're buying the doll, another doll, and the wolf mobile.
Yeah.
The wolf merry-go-round. Okay. And you notice the doll, like when you have it, he shows you the little tag by the leg, on the leg, and it has the little tag that says, "It's no fun, it's no blinksy."
Oh, actually, before I left, I would have asked to pet the monkey because the owner of it said that we could.
Yeah, he'd say, "Piccolo, go over there," and the Piccolo kind of squawks or monkey noises at him, and he climbs down. He seems to understand English well enough, and he kind of climbs up on your shoulder, Memnon. And he's just kind of looking at you.
I'll give him a little whisper and be like, "Hey, I'll give you a treat if you steal that doll that's not for sale and bring it out to me outside after I leave."
Give me animal handling at disadvantage.
This ends in bloodshed.
16. Let's see. They're gonna. We're gonna roll. Man, 16 is pretty good. We are going to see if first off Blinksy even has any stats. He does. He just has straight. He's a straight tenor.
That can't be. He's got 10 intelligence.
Yeah, he's got 10 across the board.
What?
That's basically, +0 for everything. That's normal human. We're gonna give him. You know what? Fuck it. We'll just do a straight roll.
God damn, it's a smart monkey.
The monkey is not going to do it.
Holy shit!
I had to try.
Oh my God.
I mean, had he not, the odds were in your favor to the dice roll.
It's probably a good thing that he's not going to.
The monkey just kind of squawks at you and puts his hand out, like he wants you to hand him something.
I'll give him some of the food that I got from the wine guy.
He just kind of eats it and then runs back to Blinksy.
We should start some shit with this guy by just like carving like somewhere nearby, like it is fun, it is not Blinksy.
Hey man, it's up to you. If you guys want to fuck with him, we can make it work.
No. Lex isn't that type of person. Kev is. Lex isn't.
Oh yeah, so you guys leave there. You head over to the yard again. One second, I have to yawn. And you see that there's when you came in last time, it was later at night, and like there was only one stall open. That was the old couple that bought everything. Here, there's a couple stalls open today. One of them is basic weapons, like just straight things out of the book. And one of them seems to be like alchemist of some sort, or selling potions. And the other one that's open is the old couple that when they see you walk by, they kind of wave. And you see Kev, that the wife, when she waves, she's wearing one of the rings that you sold.
Yeah, I'll wave back at her and wink at her.
And she's like, she's like, do you guys need anything?
You said
No.
this was a jeweler?
It's a variety of stuff.
Yeah, they are basically your general store.
Oh, yes. I need arrows. Lots and lots of arrows.
Yes.
Like, go ahead.
We ran into dire wolves out on the road.
And he goes, oh, well, that is something they're dangerous. The roads here, this is why we never leave. And he kind of looks at his wife. And he says, Isabella, this is why we never leave. The roads, they are dangerous. And, but he's like, I have one set of arrows, but if you need more, you might want to go see him. And he kind of points over at another guy who's basically dressed like everyone else is dressed here, dull colors. He's like, that is Dargos. Dargos, he has weapons. He probably has more arrows than us. But if you want the one set, gotta find my prices. He's like, for 20 of them, it will be, we will cut you deal. It will be 4 gold for 20 of them.
Would you trade them for 20 bolts?
We not much for weapons here. You try Dargos, he might trade you.
Okay, I'll go ahead and take the arrows you have, though.
And they'll sell you. It's the all the fletching are black raven feathers, but everything else looks like a regular arrow. Like all the trees here are made of probably, we'll just say oak, because I don't know trees because I live in Florida, and they're all kind of made of the same wood, and the arrows are made of nothing fancy. They're definitely metal though.
Okay, then I would go to the other guy.
And Dargos is like, "Hello, how may I help you today? Do you need weapons to defend yourself, or maybe kill yourself if you are tired of this droll existence?"
Oh, defense, definitely, defense.
Oh, I have many items for sale.
I'm
Perhaps
interested
offense.
in offense. Arrows, and maybe a short sword or two.
I would like an offensive weapon. I would like a weapon that says "fuck" on the side of it.
I mean, do you want it carved in the steel, or do you want it on the handle? I can do this for you.
In 3 different languages.
Well, I know Common, and, well, I have a book of Elvish in here somewhere. It might take me a bit. I can do 2. But no, the short swords. He's like, how many do you want? Short swords.
Well, first arrows. I would like possibly 40, and then we'll go on from there.
Have a weapon that says in Elvish on the side, on one side it says "fuck dwarves," and then on the other side in Dwarvish it says "fuck elves."
That's confusing.
Yeah, it's the sort of bipolarness or something.
No. So when an elf sees it, it's like, "Oh yeah, fuck dwarves," and then when an elf sees it, it's
He will sell you 40 arrows with quivers for 10 gold.
It's a deal. Actually, would you trade one of these quivers of arrows for a bolt or 20 bolts of arrow? Or yeah, you know what
Make a persuasion.
words, they're hard.
Tell me about it. He's like, well, perhaps. Are you going to buy a short sword as well?
I probably will. I also have a crossbow here to trade in.
What type
and a
of
short
crossbow
bow.
is it?
Yeah, the crossbow and a short bow.
Okay, what type of crossbow? What type though?
You just told me crossbow.
Then it's just a crossbow. Okay. I think there was 3 crossbows there. We'll say it was a. We'll cut down the middle. We'll say it's a heavy crossbow.
That works.
He's like, you know what? Give me the heavy crossbow. I will give you 60 arrows, and I will give you 2 short swords.
That works for me.
Very well.
Could you throw in a sack to carry all of these? Because that's quite a bit of arrows.
Hold on 1 minute. And he kind of goes into his little cart thing, and he's like, "Where the fuck is it? I know what's in here. I saw it the other day, motherfucker." And he's like throwing shit. He's like, here it is. And he comes out with a backpack that has seen better days. There's 2 pockets, one on each side. The one on the right is just ripped open, but the main pack is still good. He's like, I will give you this bag as well.
That works. Deal.
Don't put anything on the right side. The pocket is ripped.
More than
And it's
acceptable.
super obvious. He's not pointing out anything you didn't already know right away. But
He's trying to be fair.
he's just letting you know. Yeah.
Who has the bag of holding? I don't know if I was the one.
I don't think anyone. I think you said you were interested in it, and I don't think anyone said anyway. So I will assume you do.
Yeah, it was meant. It was had a letter for you, so I assumed it was for you.
I'll make sure to add it then.
The letter was mainly for everyone, but just Enos was the one who. Well, Noise was the one who brought it in. Nose.
Yeah, obviously we share it. I just didn't know because worst case scenario. It sounds like you got a bag, but I could have put the arrows in there.
I don't mind someone else taking the bag. It's fine. Enos can have the bag.
All right. Yeah, if somebody needs it, wants it, whatever, just let me know. Just share it.
If you offer storage, I'm just gonna start dumping all kinds of crap, like bulging out of sacks and stuff on my back into it.
Yeah, we got room in this thing to make it lighter for everybody, even though we're not encumbered or whatever.
And if you look close enough, each thing I dump in has like a tag with my name on it.
I say we should buy just like 1 million ball bearings and then just load it full of ball bearings.
Roll it down a hill.
You just dump them down a hill. That'd be weird. Jesus Christ! I now want a bag of holding full of ball bearings. I'm sure somewhere has done that math. I'll Google it later and make a note of it. Okay.
I'm gonna ask this gentleman if he. I think I asked other people already, but is there an armorer in town?
He's like, I have some light armor. Do you need armor? I can make armor. I make everything. I make everything for the guards here.
Well, I was looking maybe for a little bit of money, trading the armor that I'm wearing, this chainmail, for some splint mail.
Like, oh well, it might take me a day or two. I think I have some, and he goes back into his cart, and like everything you just heard him throw out of he didn't go into his cart. He just kind of put his top of his body in there, and he kind of threw everything to the left side. And he's like, "Give me one moment," and he goes there. He just tosses everything he just threw earlier, looking for the bag, back where it was, and walks in.
All right.
Cussing the entire way, and he comes out with a splint mail. It looks pretty old, and you can see that it's damaged and it's got a little bit of dried blood on it. Too big for you. He's like, I can make this. I'm not used to dwarfs. I will need to take your measurements, yes? But I can fix this, and I could have this together for you 400 gold.
Well, here's the thing. That's really expensive. I can trade you if you fix it up a bit too. I can trade you what I'm wearing. I got my chain right here. This is worth quite a bit itself.
And it's a chain shirt or chain
chainmail. So I think chainmail 75. Yeah. Typically, the splint mail's 200. So obviously the prices are. Yeah.
He's like, I tell you what. I will charge you 300 if you leave me your shirt, and I will get this together in 2 days. I will fix it and make it dwarf size.
What do you say for 300?
Yeah, and that's including work.
Enos would look at his companions and ask, "Do we have 2 days?"
Well, I was going to look into some leather armor myself. So
it also depends what the priest wants with us up at the church, if it's time sensitive.
Oh, everybody wants help. I think our life's worth more than rushing out to help other people.
So Enos would say he's going to keep his armor on, but he will say, that basically pending a possible mission and its time sensitivity, maybe we can make an agreement on this and shake hands, and then if I come back, we'll still have this agreement a little bit later after we visit.
He's like, I tell you what, you're going to help the father. Yes, that's what you say you have to do is help the father.
Oh, that's right.
If you are helping the father, he is a good man. How about this? I will charge you 250, which is with you trading your certain, and 2 days I will start cleaning it now, but I will wait to make it dwarf size when you return. Get these blood off of it and everything. And he kind of he starts trying to wipe some of the dried blood off on it with his hands, but it's not coming off. So he kind of spits on it and he rubs really hard and it still doesn't come off. As you can see, it needs much work.
Don't worry, it's going to get a lot more blood on it. I'm not really concerned with that, as long as it's functional.
Oh, you want me to leave the blood on? Very well. And he takes a rag and wipes his spit off.
Now, remind me what kind of armor this was again?
Splint mail.
Excellent.
So, 200, and I trade him my current armor, and he not cleans it up, but he fixes it up and makes
He makes it 250 if you're helping the priest, and 300 if you're
250.
not.
Sorry.
Yeah, and that's with making it dwarf size and you trading your chainmail.
Yeah, with the understanding that this is only good if the mission isn't time sensitive, so I don't ruin this for everybody else. Yeah, I shake his hand. I spit on my hand, and then I reach my hand out to shake his hand.
He looks a little bit confused, shrugs his shoulders, spits on his hand, and shakes your hand.
Yeah, that's a custom. That's how we do it. Where we come from.
I did not want to be rude. I did not understand, but I'm glad it makes you happy, little man.
Okay. He ignores the little man comment.
He didn't mean it. Like, you can tell he didn't mean it like derogatory. He's just stating facts here. He doesn't probably get many dwarves here.
All right. Let's go see what this priest wants.
I was going to look into studded leather if he has it.
He definitely has leather. He's like, well, I have this studded leather here. The low price of 100 gold pieces. But you said you wanted to trade in the short bow, maybe, correct?
Yeah, that'll work. I also have 2 daggers now that I have these short swords.
Let's see, short bow. He's like, all right, I will give you, I will knock off 20 gold for the short bow and the daggers. So 80 gold pieces for the studded leather. And he goes back. He doesn't have to throw anything because apparently he made a path to his armors. He only has to move one heavy thing, and he cusses when he does it. And he comes out, and it's studded leather, and it looks to be pretty well clean. No holes, no blood, no nothing.
I'll take it.
This was made for a man who never came back to pick it up. And he takes your 80 gold, he hands it to you, and he's like, ha! First time I've ever been paid twice for the same thing of armor. He paid for it before he left, but he never came. Ha ha!
Actually, you know what? I've got regular leather armor too. How much would you give me for that?
Regular armor. He looks at it. It seems like you're not very good at dodging things. He's looking over the armor. I would give you 5 gold.
Grumble, grumble, grumble.
There's many holes in it. Look at this. He kind of looks, points at the back where you got clawed by a bunch of gas or whatever. Look at all the holes. I have to repair this.
I will assist Memnon here, and I will say, look, this one here is still alive despite all of that damage. You can tell that it is quality armor.
Well, he will be doing better now that he has the studded.
I think I'll keep the armor, just in case this one fails.
Very well.
No insult to you, it's just, and then I point to the other
I
armor.
do not care either way.
Can we kill this guy?
Did you say that out loud?
No.
there anything halfling size and druid friendly?
Probably not. Let me take a. Yeah, no, there really isn't. There's a lot of steel and iron here. I mean, he could maybe make something, but he doesn't have anything at the ready.
No, it was just worth a gander.
Well, I thank you for your business. I am done shopping for now. I don't know about my companions, but maybe we'll be back later.
Very well, I will be here. If I'm not here, I will probably be out getting drunk at the end.
Oh, by the way, you should thank us for that because it's thanks to us that the new delivery of wine was able to make
Oh, they got new wine! Fantastic! And he starts throwing all this shit in the cart. I'm closed now.
it.
But yes, come by later. I will buy you a drink with your own money. Ha!
At least they'll get put to good use.
Yeah, he's like chucking, and these are like the fact that these weapons aren't dinged up is pretty impressive because he does not handle them gently.
He's throwing everything, not even
Everything in, like a dog digging a hole at the beach. But yeah, you come see Dargo later. And he kind of looks at the dwarf. He goes, "Well, if you need me to fix the armor, you know where I will be."
Oh, you got it. I'll be coming to you, hopefully.
I may be drunk, but don't worry. I am good blacksmith when I am drunk. Which to you as a dwarf makes perfect sense. I mean, why would you blacksmith something when you're sober? Come on now.
True.
Yeah, that's what we'll do, Kev. If you guys TPK, we'll just do this again as an evil party. That would really change the whole thing of COS as an evil party.
Will work for
just
Stahd.
Start fucking murderizing everyone.
But yeah, yeah. So I mean, he's closing up. The old couple's there, and there's a little alchemist. Who's got a tiny little, like the smallest stall. It's by the entrance. But if you don't have to dick with him. He's just there.
I don't think I need to purchase. I mean, if anything, I'm debating whether or not I should look for split mail as well. But
I mean,
his prices are so ridiculous. It's like double the PHP prices.
Some places are even more. Like the place in Barovia, the guy with the dickhead with the mule nephew. All this stuff was like 5 times to 10 times. I think it's 10 times the price as it was in the PHP. These guys are jacking it up, but not as bad as other places.
I really wish we could just. Never mind.
Murder everyone and take their stuff.
You know, turn into murder hobos.
Be a lot cheaper.
But yeah, all right. So if you want, you think if you do want to get split mail, this would probably be the place to get it.
Yeah, that's cool. Can you hear me?
Can't afford it, so
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, can you guys hear me? Because I had to.
Yeah, we
remove
I
can.
can
my
hear you.
headphones.
Yeah.
Hey,
You love thinking about it.
how much more do you need for your splint mail, Kev?
it honestly depends how much he charges for it.
He's got to charge a lot because it's like 200. He's charging me 250, and I'm trading him my other armor.
Yeah, basically, if you want it, he'd have to make a fresh set for you since he only has the one. He could make it, and he would give you the 50 gold off if you are helping the father. So it'd probably run you about 350, unless you could talk him down.
Nah, don't worry about it. I'll say
Because
I'll
as a
save our
druid,
gold
I'm
for
most
more.
likely going to be hoarding gold.
Yeah, I can give you some coin too.
Nah, don't worry about it. We'll sort out something out later on.
So yeah, all right. So you guys are going to the church.
I did multi-class into sorcerer, so I could bump my AC up by 5 a couple of times.
I didn't know sorcerers could get inflict wounds, but that's pretty baller. I mean, it makes sense. I thought it was mainly a cleric thing.
I took divine soul sorcerer.
Well, then that makes perfect sense. Just like Shreks. But anyhow, all right. So you guys leave there. The old couple.
You know,
They wave at you as you leave.
For the longest fucking time, no one knew what sorcerer origin she was.
Yeah.
Like the longest time, I think it was like 2 seasons. No one knew what it was.
I think Divine Soul was a UA for a long time as well. I bet you it was something like when they were making the characters, he's like, Chris, I want to kind of heal, but I'm used to being a sorcerer. And Perkins, with his knowledge of everything, is like, well, wants to be a Divine Soul sorcerer. And then they turned it into UA from like 3.5, and then they added it to whatever.
The party doesn't really have a dedicated healer, does it?
It's basically her, sometimes Paulton, and sometimes Evelyn.
God, relying on Vulcan to heal is committing suicide.
Exactly. But so you guys leave the yard, and you guys are heading to the church.
I think so.
Unless someone else has a better idea.
Oh, where would we find healing potions?
The alchemist that we were just leaving.
Yeah, there's literally an alchemist. Like you see this tiny little stall here. On the map, that there's a little, looks like a little old man who's there. Like he's like the old couple are old, but this guy seems ancient.
I'll cringe when I'm asking, but how much for healing potions?
So there's a way that we can test if his healing potions are legit. Is you walk in and you stab him.
He says, he's like old. I have some healing potions. They will run you 100 gold pieces each.
And this is for the basic.
Yeah.
2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2. I've made them myself. And like he's looking at you, but his eyes open and close, like keeping his eyes open for so long is just so taxing on this old man.
I have 1 healing potion already.
Are they on display, or does he have them securely behind a rack?
They're behind him. He has like a little. He's like in front of him is a little like a workbench, and on the bench is like a little a tiny little cauldron that seems to be making stuff there with. But the potions themselves are all behind him.
What type of bottle are they in?
Like a little vial.
Yeah, I don't think I have any vials. Not yet, anyways. Okay, that's a little rich for me right now. I already have one, so thank you for your time, but I shall not be purchasing any.
And he kind of wakes up halfway through it. Oh, you don't want any? Very well. And then, like, he kind of like looks at you, looks at the cauldron, gives it a half stir, and then goes back to being semi-awake. He's like a cat, always semi-asleep, always semi-awake.
I mean, we've always got Kiri's good berries if we need to revive somebody. It's only 1 hit point, but still.
And just so you know, here you do have to read the book before you get the +2.
I know, that's why I haven't put it on my thing yet.
What?
It takes you 24 hours, doesn't it?
48.
48.
Within a certain amount of days.
6 days. Which is roughly about 2 days. I didn't even do that on purpose. But I think you can only read like 8 a day or something.
Still a lot of reading.
It's a very lot of reading. You guys can do whichever you want.
That's nonsense. I've easily read 12 hours a day.
As an adventurer?
Well, if we're not going anywhere, we could just camp down somewhere and she can read a book, right?
There's an inn that has plenty of wine. But yeah, if you want to, you can go to the
But
church.
no, as a high school student.
Yeah. I read all of basic. What was that book? That Dan Brown book that everyone loved like a couple of years ago. The Da Vinci Files or something like that.
Da Vinci Code.
Yeah, I read that bitch in like a night. Did not sleep. I like it.
Okay, here's my proposal. We go to the church, we see what we need to do this time. And he says that very exasperatedly. And then, if we can pause, we will let Carrie read her book, and we'll let Enos get his armor, and then we'll go and do the mission.
That sounds like a plan.
Kiri is just gonna read it whenever she has free time, so.
So you guys are going to St. Andrew's Church then?
Yep.
All right. Yeah, any issue. The main part of town, and you see that they're putting stuff together for the celebration coming in a few days. Here, because why not?
Oh yeah, they said that was mandatory, didn't they?
Yeah. Well, everything here appears to be mandatory. But you see it's an old stone church that has a steeple on the back, and the walls are lined with cracked stained glass windows depicting pious saints. The wrought iron fence encloses a garden of gravestones next to the church. And your favorite thing about this area is, like, even though it's day, there's like just a thin layer of mist in the graveyard. But you do see, like the other church, that this one is a church to the Morning Lord as well, to Lathander. Yes, it looks a lot like the other church where you met the guy with the vampire spawn in the basement.
That's not a ringing endorsement.
Well, you don't hear anyone screaming "Father."
Is the exterior similarly scratched up?
No, it doesn't look as bad. It looks more like wear and tear than it did with some other outside thing affecting it. But as you guys, do you guys approach the church?
Yeah.
Very cautiously.
I need you all to roll initiative. I'm lying. When you guys approach the church, you see a male human. Let's see if there's a picture of him. That's fantastic. There is not a picture of him, but that's fine. Let's see. Father Lucin Petrovich. Well, you would have gotten his name. They just said Father Petrovich, I think. But he reached you and he's like, "Are you the outsiders that I've heard of?"
Yes, we were told you require aid.
I need someone who can possibly help, maybe do a little searching and keep things quiet.
Geez, you're not hiding a vampire too, are you?
And he looks a little bit confused, and he's like, "There's no vampires here."
Insight check.
Yeah, go ahead.
Seems legit.
This guy would never ever be involved with anything vampiric, obviously. This man is a holy beacon of light of Lathander.
Yeah. Well, it's nice to meet you. What can we help you with?
And he's like, come in and let's talk away from ears. And there's a couple people around, like walking down the path. They probably couldn't hear you, but just to be safe, he brings you inside. And when you get to the side, you see there's two younger men there, and he's like, Yeska, Miloch, go and tend to the graveyard. And they kind of grumble and leave. And he looks around to make sure there's no one there. He goes, yes, this is the situation. This here is the Church of Stahd, and we have his crypt is underneath the church, where his bones are, and it keeps the church holy. And at night, everyone comes in and stays safe from the evils of this land. However, recently, someone broke into the crypt and stole the bones. I did not tell it. I've only told one person about them. I barely mentioned them to Yeska, who kind of points at one of the kids when they left. He kind of points over in their direction where they weren't to. I tried to do it because he was so afraid. I was trying to make him feel better. I told him, do not worry. The bones of Saint Andrew will not let anyone get through. But then the bones were stolen. I asked Jessica if he had told anyone. He said he did, but he wouldn't say who it was. I believe it is Milovich, the other boy. I tried asking him about it, but he is very quick to anger. I do not want to report him because he's a young lad, and I don't want the news to get out because I don't want to ruin the festival, and I do not want to threaten and incite the fears of everyone who rests at the church at night. And he kind of looks over towards you, Enos. He goes, as someone in the employ of one of the gods, like Hor yourself, I hope you would be able to assist me in this.
I can't speak for everybody, but yeah, I hear what you're saying. I just don't understand why somebody would want these bones outside of this holy place. What use would they be anywhere else?
And he kind of shrugs his shoulder and kind of puts his arms up and just how he's tired about it. He's like, I don't understand either. They were bones of a saint at rest. Why would someone mess with them?
Who knows what kind of crazy shit people believe in? I've heard of people chopping off other bones, grinding it up, and eating it to get an erection.
That is ridiculous. Everyone knows you got to put a cucumber in the butt for that.
Does this other child have family? Maybe an ailing mother or grandma?
That's a good question. Let's see. It would pop up. He says, I think he has some younger kids, younger siblings. I think he has a younger brother and sister, but I don't believe any of them are ill.
Do they stay in this church at night, or do they stay somewhere else?
No, they say it is. He does. Yeska lives here. He is an orphan. He stays here with me. But Milovich, he is here to help out and make a little bit of coin for his family.
Well, that cinches it for me. Where do these kids live?
That's a fantastic question. Doesn't tell me. That's crazy.
Well, that just means I'm wrong, but that's meta.
Say he lives here. And if you take a look at the kid, this is, it has his name on it.
So you ask where does he live, but what you meant to say is where is he
What
going
does
to
he
die?
look like? Yeah. Oh, that works too. I think there's also another one of the other kid.
You can still answer questions with broken legs.
How old are these kids?
They're not very old. They're
One looks
probably
like a teenager or something.
Old enough
Yeah,
to
they're
operate
pro-
crutches.
and Yeska's probably even younger than him, but Yeska's probably like 12 or 13.
Looks like Keanu Reeves.
And yeah, you noticed that even though he was inside, he had like a shovel with him. Like he was just holding it with him, and when they walked out, he took it with him. Maybe he was supposed to work in the graveyard or something, but he's he's a he's a little bit bigger. He's pretty. You can tell he's probably done a lot of labor in his time, and he's pretty strong. He squats is basically what I'm getting at. Homeboy lifts. You might even say he has a strength mod of 2.
Wow. Well, they're families, or at least the
Why
ones.
does he even have stats?
I don't know, man.
Guess we'll learn. Their families worship here.
Yeah, no. A lot of people, a lot of the local families come here if they don't feel safe or whatever. But this land is always safe because of the bones. I need them to be returned.
If we go talk to his parents, are they're the ones that just kind of show up to church and pray when something's bad, or are they truly truly worship when they come?
You know what? You can talk to them. I don't think he has parents in here, but we're going to say he does.
What I'm getting at is, I'm wondering how upset they would be if their son might have taken these. If they'd be willing to help us, or if they're just going to stonewall us. If that's a term in D&D.
I mean, you can always talk to them.
Oh, well, I was hoping you'd be able to give us a little insight into that. You know this community real well.
Well, the mother is, she's kind of a mousy woman. The father is also, he is quick to anger just like his son. They may be helpful, I do not know.
Maybe we'll talk to the mom first if we can.
And he kind of points out a couple houses over where the house is. I just, the sooner the better, because the sooner the bones are returned, the safer the town is.
Perhaps we should just simply ask the boy.
Yeah. Not that I think we're going to get very far with that, but
It might be a simple solution. You might be right.
Hey man, you guys tell me what you want to do.
I'm cool with talking to him first, especially if he's right there.
Yeah, he's right outside, and you kind of see that Mila, he's digging. He's kind of actually covering up a hole of some sort. It looks like he's just kind of. Actually, he's not even tending to the graves. He's kind of like tending to a garden.
It's where
And
the
the other,
bodies are really buried.
yeah, the other boy is next to him, and he's kind of like pulling weeds.
If we're good with this, I'd like to go up and talk to Mila Jove. Mila.
Yeah. Go for it.
He's the one that's quick to anger, right?
Correct. You kind of see him, and he kind of looks at you guys, and he kind of huffs, and then he goes back to the gardening. He doesn't like really say anything, even if you're approaching him.
Hey, boy, you got a minute?
And he kind of grunts. He's like, What do you want? I'm busy."
Oh, well, you're working for the priest, right?
And he kind of like rolls his eyes, like obviously he's just being like a little shitty teenager.
Yeah, well,
Like obviously I'm working for the church. I'm digging the flower garden for him.
well,
And like it's kind of like he's kind of looks like embarrassed. Like he would like calm down. Why are you being an a-hole?
well, before you give me the attitude, know that your boss, the one that's paying you, has asked us to help him out, and that's why we're here. So the good news is you get to set that shovel down for a little while and pay attention.
He takes the shovel what he was digging, and he stops digging. He turns around and gives you his full attention, but he's like holding. He's kind of got the shovel. He's leaning up against it. He kind of puts the shovel into the ground, and he leans on it, and he looks down at you, and he's like, "How can I help you, dwarf?"
Well, I don't know if you know about this yet, but the bones underneath that this place have gone missing. You heard anything about that?
And he kind of like, "No, I don't know what you're talking about." And you look over, and you can see Yeska, who's like, obviously, like you don't have to make any type of check on him. He's kind of like his eyes go real wide when you mention the bones.
Yeah, well, I'm surprised you didn't hear anything. I'm sure you've been told about it. I don't want to scare a young man like you, but I don't know if you've heard of horror, but when there's bad things that happen, sometimes horror seeks vengeance. For instance, a murderer might escape justice only to fall down a deep well, or someone steals something only later to have their hands mysteriously cut off in a lumber accident. Now we're trying to help the person, get them to turn it in before something like that happens, because horror gets his vengeance no matter what. You sure you don't know anything about that?
Give me an intimidation roll.
I'm going to assist.
How are you assisting?
I'm just kind of standing there with my arms crossed, and with one of my crossed arms, I'm just kind of like fingering, like lifting slightly one of my short swords out of the scabbard and letting it drop.
That works. Good. Give me intimidation with advantage. Well, yeah, no, you helped him. 23 is ridiculous. The DC on this thing was not very high.
Congratulations, you scared a boy.
Yeah, like at the beginning of Jurassic Park, when the kid's like, "I'm not scared of a velociraptor. That looks like a big chicken to me." And then Grant gives him like, I literally watched Jurassic Park last night while I was playing my new Jurassic Park game. Yes, I'm that big a nerd. And he gives him the story about how the velociraptors would cut him open from the side, like this clever girl, and the kid's guys get all big and terrified. It's basically the same exact effect you have on this kid. And he's like, "Yes, fine. Yes, he told me about the bones, and yes, I took them."
Well, where are they now, son? We'd like to finish this and get this place the way it should be.
He's like, well, I didn't steal them to be. I did it to feed my brothers and sisters. The coffin maker, Vander or something. Henrik, I think. Henrik Vandervoot, the coffin maker. He paid me to get them.
Well, he asked you to get them?
Yes, he did.
Any idea why he'd do that?
No, he said he would pay me 20 gold to steal them, and I had brothers and sisters to feed.
20 gold? That's a lot.
I could not say no. I did not want to steal. I work here, but we are hungry.
What'd you do with the gold?
And he's like, I've hidden it at home. I bought food for my brothers and sisters, so we will not go hungry. My father, he is never home. My mother is barely alive. She is almost useless. It is up to me to provide for them.
Well,
Hey, who knows? Your father might be off on an adventure.
Well, he's useless either way.
might be his flint mill.
How much is it to feed the family here?
It's probably not too much for like vegetable soup or something. But I don't know off the top of my head. But 20 gold would probably feed his maybe even a year's worth of food for that.
Well,
Kiri goes and disappears. She'll be back in half an hour.
Okay,
She's going to, I'll whisper you what she's doing.
that is fantastic.
perhaps we should go speak with this. What did you call his name?
Vandervoot. He runs the coffin shop.
Vandersloot? The one who killed Beverly Holloway?
No. Close, though.
Well, boy, you got a couple things you need to do. One thing is to come in and talk to the priest and let him know what you've done.
And he basically does. He's completely kowtowed to the bulky dwarf, not dork. Well, you're probably a dork.
Oh, thanks.
But he does what you say. He goes in and he kind of he's got the kid with his hand in the cookie jar, but the cookie jar actually had bones of a dead saint, and his eyes are looking at the ground and he's not making eye contact. And he goes and he tells the father what happened. Yeah, that's easy enough to do, Carrie. Whatever breakdown you want.
I would stay with him while he talks and overhear the conversation a little bit. I'll kind of stay in the background.
Yeah.
And then once it finishes, go up and ask the boy not to leave. Ask the priest what he knows about this coffin maker. He must know him pretty well because they bury people here.
Yeah. That's you go and get it from the old couple. He would tell you that Henrik he's the coffin maker, but he's not very good at it. He's kind of like a loner. He doesn't like people, and he doesn't expect a lot of people because he's a coffin maker, and people kind of look down on that. They think it's ghastly, I guess is the word.
Yeah. Well, why would he want those bones? Does that make any sense?
That is fantastic, Lex. He goes, I can't think of a reason why he would want the bones.
It's a lot of gold to pay for bones that would be of no use to him.
He's like, he tells the boy to go and get the gold. He says, I'm not taking it, but let me see it. And He kind of the priest is mad. You know what? He's not mad. He's disappointed, which we all know is like 10 times as worse. And he comes back, and there's like it's a little bag, and it has about 18 gold and about 10 silver, and all of the gold has the same face on it, and it's all Stahd. You know, a lot of the gold here has Stahd on it, but some of it's mixed in with outside currencies. All of this is Stahd currency.
Yeah. 30 deeds done for 20 gold.
It's pretty dirt cheap if you think about it outside of, but here it's not dirt cheap.
Well, I think the next thing for us to do is you're gonna help us, boy. You're gonna help get those bones back, and we're gonna help you do the right thing so you can atone for what you've done.
He's just kind of nodding his head.
So, priest, anything else about this bone stealer, bone smuggler?
He's like, no, I mean, do you want me to tell the guards? I mean, now that we know where they are.
Well, that'd be. What would the guards do? You think they'll be of any use? Sometimes they honestly seem pretty useless, except for the gates.
I mean, I don't. I mean, if you want to get them, that's fine. But we could call the guards, and they would probably bring them back.
How about this? Hold off on the guards. If it's okay with the rest of the party, I don't speak for them, but why don't we go and investigate, and you give us an hour, and if we don't come back, you call the guards?
There's absolutely something we can do. But he suggests that you leave the boy with him. He has to pay for what he's done. He will be starting with extra chores for free, and he will be cleaning every stone in this church with this brush, and he holds up basically the equivalent of a toothbrush.
May I suggest perhaps not for free? This is, after all, where the problems came from in the first place.
He gets paid enough I pay as much as that we get. The church doesn't get much gold. I pay him as what I can, but he will be paying this off now. And he hands the kid the brush, and he goes, "Start over in that corner." And the kid gets on his hands and knees with his brush and starts scrubbing the stone.
Hey, pray to Hor when you're down there.
And Lathander, you pray to them both. Ask for forgiveness.
God, just asking for help from Hor on his knees. That's just horrible image.
The best thing was, had he failed the intimidation check, the kid would have been like, "Yeah, I've heard of Hor talking about your mother."
Uh-oh.
But the DC was 10. It would have been super hard for you to fail that. But not impossible.
It's the only skill that he's really good at. That
Yeah,
is,
there's so I will wait an hour, and then I will contact the guards.
All right, I have perfect catchphrase to speak to this coffin maker.
What's that?
Oh no, it has to come out cold. Okay, so let's go see him.
Okay. We're off to see the coffin maker. I was gonna say carpetbagger.
These goddamn Yankee carpetbaggers. Sorry. So you actually you run into Kiri because she's coming back from like this area here, and you this is the actual area where he's at. This big 2-story building. Opening shop is 2 stories tall and has a sign shaped like a coffin above the front door. All the windows shutters are closed up tight, and a deathly silence surrounds the establishment.
Actually, out of character, I would have asked before we settled on the time how long it would take to walk from where we were to this place and then walk back. Because if it takes an hour to walk there, that would be kind of bad to set it as an hour.
Well, let's see. Let's do the math. It probably won't take you too long. I mean, actually, 3,000 feet is kind of we'll say it would probably take you a good half hour to get there.
So we probably want the guard to wait a little bit longer.
Yeah,
So
an hour and a
like
half
2
to
hours
2
then?
hours. Yeah, probably.
Huh. Yeah, basically, when you said he would when you said an hour, he would say, "Well, it'll take you about the half hour to get there." So about 2 hours. And you would agree. Okay. So basically, it takes you about a half hour to get there. You're in the Kiri. She's got what kind of like does Kiri have? Like any she has her backpack, which actually is probably in the bag of holding now. Like, what does she have on her to carry stuff, or would you just have like a bag of it in your hand?
No, she probably still have her backpack. There's no reason for her not to carry her
Okay.
backpack. But
You're good then.
smaller nicks and knacks, things that she doesn't want to disappear, would probably go into the bag of holding.
Like your new merry-go-round.
Yes.
You should have got one of those magic dolls and like turned it into a backpack, like those crazy people, and like to have the backpack talk to you.
Ooh, that'd be an interesting idea. I might have to talk to a magician to do that, though.
You could probably talk to Blinksy.
In my
out
in my
drinking.
Starfinder campaign, I have a bag of holding that's in the shape of a kind of a halfling doll, who looks like when you're wearing it, it looks like you're piggybacking her.
Oh man, that's perfect.
Can I have my doll as a bear?
Yeah, they would have had a bear.
And
Whatever
And
color.
so
you're in.
far, all of my players have refused to wear that thing, even though it's a bag of holding.
Are you kidding me? I would wear that bad boy in a heartbeat. I would name it. But yeah, you get to the coffin shop, and it's still early-ish, and well, it's probably, I don't want to say high noon, but it's probably a little bit past noon.
Nonsense, it's high noon.
It was probably about high noon when you got here. Then you went shopping. So it's probably around 2 or 3, actually.
As we approach, I'm going to start stealthing.
Give me a self trip.
Yeah, I'm going to try to start stealthing.
I'm not even gonna try.
Yeah. So you see the door. It's there's every window you can see from the outside is a lattice work of iron fitted with squares of frosted glass locked from the inside. 1 second. Let's make sure. Actually, you notice that the door itself, you slam your palm on the door and it's locked.
I'll knock on it some more.
And then you hear someone shout out from inside, "Go away! We're closed!"
She'll knock on it some more.
And he kind of like, you knock on it a little bit more, and he's like, "Go away! We're closed!"
Have I
That's a
had a
ghost tool,
chance?
isn't it?
I don't think I've had a chance to attune to this Ring of the Ram, have I?
You've been walking, but you really have to like kind of sit down and attune with
No,
it.
that's cool.
Actually, this is what we're going to do. Boop, 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 boop. want to make sure I got this right. Yeah, that has to be right. Lex is banging on the door.
Yeah, and then she calls out, Mr. Vandervolt.
Are you, the sleight of hand, what are you trying to do with the sleight of hand, Memnon?
Unlock the door. The sleight of hand is supposed to be a thieves' tool.
The door itself actually isn't locked. Behind it, like you like the yeah, it's not even bolted. There's like a what are they called?
Crossbar.
Yeah, crossbar. Yeah, 11. Yeah, 11's not going to do it. But you can keep yelling.
Mr. Vandervolt, I have questions regarding coffins.
So go away, leave me alone.
Enos says enough for his companions to hear. Maybe we should look in case there's a back door he tries to escape or something.
Yeah, that same thing with that doorman, though. Dead bolted. Yeah, that time she's not within 30 feet.
Nope. As I was walking, were any of these windows open?
No, they're all locked and shut. This place is a turtle's butthole. It is watertight.
What if you don't mind, Mammon, let me try the door.
Sure.
Because I've got
Not in the back as well.
And I'm going to attempt to bash it in, like kick it in.
That is something you can do. Give me an athletics. 16 is not enough. You slam up against it and you start to hear a crack, but the door holds. And you hear more shouting, "Ah! Go away, leave me alone!" As he hears the back door start to come in.
You're gonna have to open up. You got something that isn't yours.
Yeah. Basically, whenever you say anything, he just yells, "Leave me alone!"
I hate to break your door for no reason.
Yeah, he is not being helpful. If you will make another check, Lex, on the front door, you can.
I've never made any checks on the front door.
I thought you. Oh, never mind. I'm sorry. I read for some reason. I thought the thieves' tools was your entrenching tool. Might be.
No.
If you want to try to break the front door, you can. If you want to. If not, you don't have to.
No. I'm simply seeking a conversation at the moment.
Yeah, you can hear the panic in his voice. He doesn't seem to be responsive in any way, shape, or form.
Let's panic him some more. I'll knock on the door and I'll say, Mr. Vandervolt, are you a good coffin maker?
Go away, leave me alone.
Mr. Vandervolt, have you made your own coffin? And she's going to try and breach the door.
All right. $17 doesn't cut it. You get in and you start to hear it crack as well, but it is not coming open.
Right, she's going to leave the wedges in place, but she's going to withdraw her tool and she's going to take a couple of steps back. And she's going to level her staff at it. Her spear at it. That's pathetic. Instead.
Yeah, you hit the door and a burst of flame kind of goes in between it, but the thing's still there. For some reason, this coffin maker has really fucking secure doors. If you want to, so you can give me another attempt. This time,
Well,
go ahead.
I think we now know that this coffin maker is an apt carpenter, at least.
Yeah, he's getting advantage because the door is already started. Yeah, the 20 is enough. Let me do one of these. And the door just goes flying open in the back. And yeah, you see when you enter that room. Let's see. Arranged haphazardly on the floor of this musty L-shaped room are 13 wooden coffins.
This is the end, guys. I'm going to try to get through. I see that there's some other doors, I guess, on the south side of the room. I'm going to try to get through there. I want to let my other friends in.
You can do whatever you want to do. You just whatever you do, and you just do it. And I'll tell you if you need to stop.
I'm going to try this door to my left first.
All right. Which one? This one?
Correct.
That door's it's cracked open already. It's a little bit open. You can walk, yeah. And you walk in there, and then you see Vander Hoop. This is what happens. First things first. I'm the realist. No, that's not it. Where is my thing? Here's all my peoples. Here we go. This is what he looks like. And he looks at you, Enos, and he kind of has like in his hands what looks to be like a hammer for like hammering nails. And he sees you and he starts to drop it. And the moment he starts to drop it, you hear the door behind him give way. And Lex bursts in. And he sees you and he kind of falls to the ground, like kind of like in a fetal position. He's like, leave me alone, leave me alone. I didn't want to take him.
Well, the important question is, where are they now?
They're upstairs.
Why did you take it if you did not want to take it?
I had to. The vampires told me I had to take it. And he's kind of like just openly sobbing.
The what?
The vampire, the devil said I had to take him.
Where are the vampires now?
They're upstairs.
I look at my companion. That I see through the. Let's look at Lex.
I
It's-
prepared to cast Moonbeam, or my Moonlight
It's-
spell.
It's 2 p.m., right?
It is.
Is it bright enough outside that vampires would have trouble outside?
Probably.
Because I remember that the other kid was running around outside just fine.
No, I think he had disadvantage on a lot of attacks because of the sunlight.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it was bright enough to hurt him, though.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. He had disadvantage on attacks, but he was not getting hurt.
How?
I'm gonna insight check this guy just to see if he's full of shit. He's just
Yeah.
he's like, it wasn't me. Strahd done it.
Would I be able to hear what he said?
Yeah. I mean, you could have came in with Fireforge. Yeah. He does not seem to have the capability of lying. He seems that he is reverted to like a child. He's just terrified.
When I heard vampires, I'm not going to open these coffins, but I'm going to like nudge them to see if they're heavy enough to have something inside, and then I'm going to drag those outside.
All right. You nudge them and they feel empty.
Just had to check.
I don't blame you, man. You got bad luck. I'd be stabbing them bitches right away.
So you're in league with vampires.
Well, and he kind of like starts like, I didn't want to be. I didn't have a choice. And now they live upstairs in those boxes.
You always have choices.
Not here. And he starts just bawling his fucking eyeballs out.
I got an
Like-
important question for you. How thick are the walls upstairs or the roof?
It's all kind of like stoneworky, so they're not very thick, but they're pretty strong.
Yeah, we might have to do a little rearranging of your house, a little refurbishment.
Like, do whatever you want. Leave me alone.
Are these the doors to upstairs?
Yeah, you're by the door. You're near the door to the stairs. The one in front of you. You could, basically, he's telling you anything you want to know. He is telling you. And the other one's to his kitchen.
You're saying he's dropped his hammer?
Yeah, the hammer. He dropped the hammer the moment Fireforge burst in the room.
Okay, and he's currently kind of like on the ground cowering, basically.
Yeah, he's basically fetal position.
These vampires trust you?
No, they just know I'm afraid of them. They've been here for months.
Maybe you could introduce us, or maybe you could get those bones out and bring them to us anyway.
He's like, he kind of whispers like they're asleep right now.
There's what?
The vampires upstairs are asleep. They're on their boxes.
Where do they hide the bones?
That's a good question.
I don't want to go rooting around. It's probably dark as hell up there too, I imagine.
Yeah, it's really. 1 second. Use the bones are in my bedroom. Just take them and go.
Could you be more specific? Is the whole upstairs your bedroom?
Well, no, there's my room, there's a reading room, and then there's the storage where they are.
Ah, good. You get to lead the way. Show us where your bedroom is.
Give me are you persuading or intimidating him?
I'm saying it with my as I light up my brand new sword.
Give me an intimidation. And I'm telling you, the DC is super high on this. Yeah, he tries to stand up and his legs won't hold him.
All right.
He's basically Golem right now, but he's not like the angry Golem. He's like, frenzies Golem.
I would like to if there's something around. He's got a workshop here, like something to write with or whatever. I'm gonna write on his floor. I'm gonna hand him a if there's something to mark the wood or whatever. I'm gonna hand that to him, put it in his hands, and tell him to draw on his floor like the layout of the room upstairs and exactly where the bones are, so we don't happen into the wrong room.
He kind of draws like the stairs, and then when you get to the top of the stairs, there's a door to your right and to your left. When you go up to your right, there's a small room that has like a shelf. He kind of draws, and there's some chairs, and then beyond that's his room, and then he marks in the southeast corner of the room is a little shelf there, or a little cabinet.
One more quick question. I have some skills with masonry. I'm trying to figure out. I want to let light in. It might be a thing where I want to let light in upstairs, and if these things are made of stone, I want to figure out how easy, hard, what the weak point would be, that kind of thing, so I can
give me a perception check at advantage.
Okay.
$14. You think it wouldn't be impossible to knock a hole in it? I mean, it would take some strength, but if you had a heavy hammer and you look around and you see he's got a large wooden mallet he probably uses when he makes the frames of these coffins. You don't think you could use it to punch something through, but that hammer itself wouldn't go through these stone.
Yeah, it's too bad I'm not attuned to that ring. That would have been pretty good.
I mean, if you want to take an hour to do that, you absolutely can.
I'll just look at my companions and see what they want to do. I think we kind of know what we got to do.
Well, we still have a few hours until sundown, so
And when he finished drawing a little diagram, he drops the pencil and goes back to his fetal position and just starts crying uncontrollably.
Mr. Vanderbilt, you're a very good carpenter. That is a compliment.
Make a persuasion.
But in future, you should take your carpenter skills. Perhaps make yourself backbone.
He's just crying. Just a blubbering mess is the term I want to use.
And then she kneels down and says, next time, when someone comes knocking, when you've done something bad, and they ask you to open up, perhaps you should open up straight away, because these people, they can help you. And like she notices he's still crying, right?
Oh yeah, he has not moved. He's not really acknowledging you. You think it's hard for him not to hear you, but he's just straight out, baby, someone took his candy.
And then she says to him, don't worry. I can see that you're upset. Let me help you with that. And she reaches back and she just socks him in the jaw. I'm going to knock him unconscious.
Jeez.
He actually has he has AC and he has all that, actually. It's not very high.
So it's just a strength check?
Make an attack roll, you're striking him.
I mean, it'd be the same as my strength saving throw. So
He's like a punching bag. He's prone too, isn't he? He's like laying on the ground on his knees.
Yeah, give me what's your strength mod 4 with the?
So 5 damage basically.
Yeah, he's out. He had 4 hit points.
That was non-lethal, right?
It was lethal. Break his neck.
Yeah, he's out. He's out cold.
Yeah. And she stands and she mutters underneath her breath, cowardice.
No, cowardice isn't a sin. I mean, last time he opened his door, vampires came in, I guess.
Well, he could have told someone about it instead of just simply acquiescing to their demand.
You think the last person that probably opened his door was Miljob or whatever his name is?
Yeah, well, being unconscious might be the best thing for him.
Let's drag him outside into the sunshine.
Agreed. I'll do that.
I don't think I found anything in the kitchen with the 12,
Yeah.
did I?
12. Let me see.
Here, I'll grab this chair and I'll put this chair outside in the sunshine, and we'll just seat him unconscious in this.
So weekend at Henrik's.
What it says about everything in that room, Rick.
Nice.
It's literally called the junk room.
Right, Enos, you say you need an hour to attune to room?
Well, here's the thing. Well, first of all, do I even know what this ring does? That would be the first question. Did somebody nobody identified it or anything like that?
No,
I don't want to be too. Yeah, because I don't want to be meta. I just know I have this ring, and if I don't know exactly what it does, then there's no sense in attuning to it yet.
That does make sense.
Can I don't know, roll an arcana check?
You know that it's magical already, but you don't know what it does. Give me an arcana check, but it's going to be pretty hard to know what it is.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, no, you just know it's magical.
All right. So, yeah, fuck that. I was kind of have it on my finger, but not attuning to it yet.
Right, we will get bones first, and then do we intend on rousting these vampires, or should we leave them for guards?
It's a good question. Maybe we should just get the bones and leave, but these vampires, they're I don't think we can really leave them in this town either. They can't be up to any good.
It's up
What?
to me. I think we should kill the vampires. Secure the bones and then just kill them.
You're probably right. We never did ask them how many there were.
Nope.
We can always wake them back up. We still got the good berries. Or just a thing of water to the face generally works.
Fucking good berry. Give him a good berry. He wakes up. We ask him a question and fucking knock him out again.
That can't be good for him. I mean, it's up to you guys if you want to try to wake him up.
How about this? I have idea. Right. Okay, so we take bones. We return back to church. We speak with the father. Ask him to provide us holy water. And we come back here and we drown these fuckers in it.
Wait, the real question is, if the bones are on the premises with these vampires, I mean, what's going on here? They're supposed to prevent the vampires from being, right?
I think it's more to do with ritualistic magic and kind of things. It's probably tied to church.
Oh, what if we have the priest come here and have him do the sanctifying thing again while the vampires are asleep?
Turn the coffin maker's shop into a church?
At least for the time being. I mean, if the vampires are here and that happens, what happens to the vampires?
I think one of those spells takes time, like up to a year.
Oh my god.
Well, fine then.
Like a year of casting it on the same spot for every day.
I don't know if we got that much time.
Okay, so let's just go snag the bones and then kill everybody.
Hopefully these are more like the one we fought in the other town. And
I have new idea. So vampires upstairs, right? They probably close windows because they don't want light. So this is what we do, okay? We take bones, we go back to father, we get holy water, we go to shop, we buy a bunch of rope and grappling hooks, right? We buy a horse, or we hire a horse, or we borrow a horse. We go upstairs, we pour holy water on coffins so that vampires are like, I don't want to wake up because I'm covered in holy water. And if I touch the coffin, I'm going to burn. And then we attach grappling hook to coffins. And then we lead rope out window and we attach the horse and then we whip horse and horse runs away, drags all the coffins through the window out onto the street and they burst into flames.
I think that might take more time and money than we have.
I say we set coffin maker shop on fire.
I mean, we could do that.
That's a possibility.
That house we burned down last time, it came back the next day. I mean, it could be a punishment for this guy for assisting. Maybe we save his tools for him so he can rebuild.
Okay, well, I did punch him in the face, but that was more as punishment, and it feels kind of unfair to punish someone twice for the same crime.
I mean, he did pretty much make the town sanctuary, not a sanctuary.
Well, this is true, but he's a coward. There's no doubt about it. But he's been taken advantage of in this situation as well.
Okay, hold on. And I'm gonna go outside and I'm gonna take my water skin and I'm gonna dump it on his head to try to wake him up.
All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have him roll a contact at advantage. It's basically a single death saving throw. If he makes it, he's up. If not, he is out. With advantage, he wakes up. He kind of wakes up. He looks around. Where am I? He sees you out front, sees you, and he starts to he falls off the chair again. And he goes back to fetal.
How many vampires are there?
He kind of looks. He is 6.
How strong are they? Do you know?
Well, I don't mess with them.
Are they in coffins? How are they sleeping?
In boxes.
Are there windows up top?
Yes.
Do you have any mirrors?
I think there's one in my bedroom. Not very big.
Okay, stay here for your own safety. Not from us, but from the vampires.
And he just kind of sits there. And he kind of grabs the legs of the chair and hugs them.
We'll be back, hopefully. Okay, there's 6 vampires upstairs, and there's windows. I say we just open the windows and we just kill them one by one.
I say we find the bones first, just in case we need to make a quick exit.
Well, yeah. Where's the bones at? Exactly.
He did draw them, didn't he? Like exactly where they were?
He did.
Okay, never mind then. Okay, let's just go ahead and get this going. We're not going to accomplish anything talking.
Did you ask, maybe I missed it, like how powerful they are? Because I think we know that there's different levels of these vampires.
He did ask him. He says he doesn't know. He doesn't mess with them.
Okay.
He hasn't opened that. He basically, when he goes upstairs to go to sleep, he doesn't open the other room.
Okay, Memnon's going to start going upstairs very quietly, and I will roll stealth.
All right, so you're going up first, all right?
Yeah, I'll let the more stealthy people go up before I attempt to, because I'm a jingle, jangle, jingle.
All right, who's second then?
I mean, Lex isn't precisely the most stealthiest in the world.
Carrie?
She'll try. Yeah, give me a moment.
All right, 1 second.
I'll position myself at the bottom of the stairs, ready to go up.
So
Wait,
Carrie's
before
going.
she heads up the stairs, she puts her bag of money by the door.
Oh,
So her backpack is by the door.
gotcha. Backpack by the door. So who's third? I guess
I've
that's
already
you.
rolled.
Lex.
I'm really not stealthy at all, but I will go third unless Lex wants
I
to.
like that. So here, we'll do this. On the diagram, he said, you probably can't. The door Memnon to your left is the door where his room is. If you want to open it,
Okay, yeah. We'll go
that's
with his.
that's the kitchen. Actually, is upstairs there.
I'll just pop my head in and do a quick clear of the room.
I rolled a fucking 18.
Do you have disadvantage though?
Do I? Yeah, I got chain mail on. I
His
rolled 2.
room. That is, that's the kitchen. That has, all it says notes wise is Henry prepares meals here. There's a couple of shelves with some provisions on it.
Then I'll go to the other room.
All right, over here.
Did he say we have to go through that door too?
Yeah, he would have said, he basically said that's his bedroom there.
So I'm trying to wait. The idea was to let the more stealthy people go up first, maybe get the bones before I clamber up there.
All right. The modest bedchamber hosts a cot and several well-made pieces of furniture, including a table, a padded chair, a bookshelf, and a wardrobe.
I'll do a quick once over through the room.
All right. The 20, that's 24. You see that the bookshelf has a couple books on, like a couple of like well-known storybooks and a couple of, like carpenter manuals. And the southeast corner, oh yeah, with the 24 perception, yeah, you find the southeast corner has a secret compartment here. Inside the compartment are two sacks, one containing the bones of Saint Andrew, and a smaller one containing 30 silver pieces and 12 electrum. All the coins have the same Stahd visage on them.
Okay, so the coins are going in with mine, and I will come back out with the sack of bones.
Okay.
And I'll hold them upwardlessly to Kiri, and thumbs up, and then go back to these guys and hand the bag to Lex. Have her motion it to give it to Enos, if she would.
I will take it.
All right. So Enos has the bag of bones.
I'll like tie it to my. I don't know what this bag is like.
You can probably put it in the. It'd fit in the bag of holding.
All right, I'll put it in there.
I'll do a hand motion asking, do we want to fight or do we want to flee?
Enos makes a motion like as if he has a sword in his hand and makes stabbing motions.
Memnon will kind of scowl and kind of nod.
Kiri scowls as well, and puts 6 fingers up and says, basically 6 of them, 4 of us, no way.
Wow.
So here's what we're going to do. We'll go ahead and call it here, and you guys can discuss over the week if you want to go dick with some vampires or not. How about that?
That's cool.
I will leave it as such, and yeah, we'll see how it goes next week.
Cool.
You guys discuss in chat what you want to do. You got a week to figure it out.
We were lower level, but we had a hard time with that other vampire. That one.
Yeah, and he had disadvantage on attacks.
Yeah.
Actually, guys, we've got what we actually came for. Couldn't we just head back, give him the bones,
Yeah,
and just say that there's vampires hold-ups in the guards?
So what do you guys want to do?
I say we should nuke it from orbit.
I think Enos would want to fight them because he doesn't learn his lessons after the hags. And but if he's not totally stupid, so if the rest of the group wanted to leave, he would do so. We could always tell the guards they could hopefully deal with them.
Okay, so you guys want to go back to the church then?
Probably. That's what Memnon wants. He doesn't want to fight. He's kind of a coward.
Yeah, Enos would want to, but, if he's the only one that wants to, and there's other means of destroying or getting rid of these vampires, he would do so.
Because, the vampires weren't our mission. It's the bones.
Yeah, and the grand mission is to take out from Enos' standpoint, the larger enemy, which is Stahd. We can't do that if we're dead. So.
Okay, well then, you guys can go back to the church, which I personally do not blame you. And the first thing you notice when you come down the stairs, Henrik's gone.
Yeah, I figured.
Bastard.
Actually, since he's gone, I want to snag a set of carpenter's tools.
Okay, yeah, there's he doesn't have it like completely laid out, like you have to put it together, but you could absolutely do that.
Not proficient, but
You never know when you'll need them. Yeah, I mean they're there. Let's head back to the church.
Hey, where'd that 18 point whatever remaining gold go? Who'd that go to?
huh?
I don't know.
That the boy got. He had it remaining after he
He gave it back to the boy.
He gave it back to who?
He gave it back to the kid because even though it was messed up, he was doing it to feed his family. He's not gonna.
All right, because really, I don't know. Shouldn't that belong to Henrik? And then, I mean, he was doing it for the wrong reasons, but it's not the boy's money to give stolen goods.
Hey man, this is D&D. We can do whatever you want to do. You just got to tell me.
Yeah, I got you. So that's basically what I would say to the group on our way back to the church. Is none of this seems right, and there's some people doing otherwise probably good people, or maybe not nice people, but good people doing bad things because of evil vampires. We should set this right.
I've been in his position. Let the boy have the money. If he has the money, there's less incentive for him to steal again for food.
Yes, I think the father should be paying him better.
Oh, actually, that reminds me. On the way back, I
Kill
want to
the
stop
father.
I want to stop at the shop area again. See if I can pick up 2 sets of tinker tools, and give 1 set to the kid. Oh, and also see if I can get him a job as a tinkerer with any of the merchants. Basically, I want to give the kid the set of tinker tools and teach him a little bit to get him started as a tinkerer, so he can actually have a trade.
1 second.
I want to ask the DM how many hit points the father has. No, I'm kidding.
Well, easy to find out.
One at a
Punch him in
time.
the face and see if he has.
Yeah. He didn't go down that time. Try him again.
Can I do 1 point at a time?
Let's see. Tinker. You know what? I don't know if they have tinker tools in Barovia. You know what? They'd have to.
Do they have Tinker toys? We can go to that toy shop.
Actually, heck,
Yeah.
could I just take 2 sets of the carpenter's tools and just kind of substitute them as a tinker tool?
Not really, because they're different. They're definitely different tools. The tinkerer tools are more fine.
I have to go out and get to recycling.
That's fine. We'll call it here. We'll say you guys are heading back to the church to turn it in. If you want to, they have 1 set of tinker tools, and they're 100 gold.
Jesus.
Everything's super expensive.
I'd buy it for myself just because I don't have a set yet.
Okay. So yeah, you have a set of tinker tools, 100 gold. When you stop there, Enos, do you tell the? Actually, you know who's not there? What's his name? I wrote it down.
Oh, the weapons guy?
Dargos isn't there, actually. He's at the Blue Water Room.
Yeah, I would go and go there because he said he'd be there. Eventually, I would go there. Make sure he's not drinking too much so they can make my armor, and then attune to my my new ring. Get some rest.
Yeah. What we'll do is we'll start next week with you guys turning the bones in, and then we'll take it from there.
That's cool.
I'm noting right now that I pick up my backpack full of money.
Okay, that's fine. I wasn't gonna be a dick about that.
All right. Well, that was fun.
And I'll see you all next week.
Good night, all.